to 98.5, the Sports Hub. This is Boston Bruins hockey, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V, available at your local New England Honda dealers. The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Peerless Boilers, Safety Insurance, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over, the Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, Bosch Tools, Hub International New England, McGovern Auto Group, Timberline Construction, the Peterson School, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From TD Garden in Boston, it's Bruins hockey. Tonight, the Bruins returning home after a 1-1 road trip to play host to the Nashville Predators for the only time this season, as a potential reshaping of the team ahead of the trade deadline has begun. Great to have you alongside Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. We'll get to tonight's game in just a little bit, but we're going to begin with a couple of pieces of news today out of Bruins camp. We start with the trade of Trent Frederic. The NHL's trade deadline just 3 days away. The Bruins pulling the trigger today on a 3-way deal with Edmonton and New Jersey. Trent Frederic and Max Jones headed from the Bruins to Edmonton, along with unsigned Devils prospect Peter Hauser. The Bruins, in return, will get a 2025 second-round pick. That is St. Louis's pick. Edmonton's 2026 fourth-rounder and defensive prospect Max Wanner. The Bruins will retain 50% of Frederic's salary. The New Jersey Devils ate 50% of his salary as well. And so Edmonton's getting a pretty good deal, a prorated cap charge of just $575,000 for Frederic. The Devils will get BU captain Scott LaChance from the Oilers for their end of the deal. All in all, what do you make of the deal, Bob Beers?
Well, you never know on these deals until you see how the draft picks turn out. But here's the thing with Trent Frederic. First of all, he's injured right now, so we don't even know the severity of that. I'm sure Edmonton did their due diligence to find out exactly how long he'll be out before he can get into their lineup. He's certainly he's had a down year offensively based on what he's put up over the last couple of seasons, down to 8 goals this year. So, you know, if he can rekindle some of that and help Edmonton in that way, I mean, that's going to be a good deal for the Edmonton Oilers. Now, if he wasn't going to re-sign here and he was set to become an unrestricted free agent, if they couldn't agree to the money beforehand and it didn't look like you were going to be able to, you know, you try to get a framework of what he's looking for, and if it's just out of the ballpark too much, then you got to move on and you got to get something. So that being said, second rounder, which would be probably a mid-second round pick because it's coming from the St. Louis Blues, actually, and then the fourth round pick next year, the 2026 draft from Edmonton. You get 2 draft picks. They need to replenish the cupboard in terms of the draft picks. You know, they went for it on a few occasions. They traded some high picks in order to go for it. You know, they brought in good players. You know, the trade for Orlov and Hathaway. You had the trade for Bertuzzi. You had the trade, Rick Nash, even going back several years now. So you traded away first-round picks, and those weren't the only ones, in order to try to, you know, to go for it. And you're in a much different situation this year. So it's important that you could lose a guy for nothing, and that does happen from time to time. If you think that you can sign him, maybe it doesn't get done at the last minute, and then he becomes an unrestricted free agent. But if you can get a second rounder, I think it's a good deal. And they get 2 picks, second and a fourth. Now it's what do they do with those picks?
Well, when you go back to Don Sweeney's press conference about a week and a half ago, he was asked during that press conference about, you know, he talked about Brad Marchand's contract situation and trying to get that resolved or get something in place before they get to the trade deadline.
At that time, I'm paraphrasing, he said that Marchand's the only one that they're in talks with.
That's what I was going to say, is that it sounded like they didn't expect to have deals with Frederic or Brazo or any of the guys that are potentially free agents here coming up. And that, to me, was the writing on the wall that some of those guys were probably going to move before Friday.
Yeah, I don't deny that at all. It's basically what he said there was, you know, I mean, if you get a framework and then you say, nah, I don't think so, and you're not even negotiating with them. I mean, that's what it sounded like at that press conference. No, we're not. Marchand's the only one. So Yeah, and not just those guys, Ryan. You know, I think that there's a possibility some other people are on the move as well. I really do. You know, guys that, and Donnie Sweeney referenced this a little bit as well, where he said we have players that can help other teams, and those are guys that are under contract,
Right.
that he feels that they can help other teams, that maybe other teams are looking at to maybe come in and play as a role player in their lineup, you know, in a Stanley Cup contending team's lineup. So I think where they are in the standings right now, Montreal just went by them the other day. Yep. One point, but they went by them the other day. They won, 3 or 4 in a row. So, you know, you're dropping a little bit further down. You win one against Pittsburgh. You lose one against Minnesota. You kind of hang in there a little bit, but you want to make the playoffs. There's so no question about that. I think that if you have a chance to make the playoffs, you're going to want to make the playoffs. But you also have to have an eye towards how you're going to try to retool. We're not going to say rebuild. We're going to retool this team moving forward so that they stay in contention here moving forward.
And everybody who's right in front of you in the standings has a game or two in hand on you as well, still, as you head down the stretch here. Well, the other piece of news that comes out of Bruins today, Joe Sacco giving an update on the health of Brad Marchand.
You know, again, like I said, week to week, obviously hard guy to replace, but we're going to miss him. But it creates opportunities for other guys now to step up. Some of our younger players, maybe like a Merkulov or a Poitras, it gives them more of an opportunity. But yeah, week to week with an upper body. It's collective with the group that we have. I think we have some other guys that have good leadership qualities, but I think when you lose your captain and obviously one of your better players, everybody has to step up in that department and make sure that their voice is being heard the right way and that they not just talk about it, but they go out and do it by example as well.
Well, you know, they got guys like he mentioned, so we'll mention their names, right? Merkulov and Poitras, and, you know, against Pittsburgh, it was a pretty loose game. Against Minnesota, it wasn't. It was a lot harder game, and, you know, needed a little bit more. Still need a little bit more from a lot of guys, and some of those younger players you're looking for some legs, especially in back-to-back situation, the way that they were playing last weekend. Look, you're going to face a team today against Nashville that struggled all year long. They struggled to score all year long, and you know you can get to them offensively. They certainly didn't do that last time these two teams played, but Nashville's really gone downhill as this season has gone on. So it's a little bit of a different game than one you might see against the Minnesota Wild.
Well, we'll talk more about that game coming up. Coming up here on the pregame show, we will go around the NHL, including the Flyers' John Tortorella, keeping the faith.
I've always had hope. The way the East is, I've always had hope. I don't have to worry about effort, and that's a big part of staying in this.
I'll have a conversation with head coach Joe Sacco.
We need more secondary scoring from everybody, and I think we just do that by staying committed to playing in the offensive zone.
And up next, we'll focus in on tonight's matchup against the Nashville Predators. That's on the way here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home, yes, cool, or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this.
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination. And then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you. Around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise. For lives in drive.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Plus, get incredible value from the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
And the Bruins are running out of time as Coyle tries to get it back into the attack zone. He does, but the horn will sound, and the Wild will hang on. Back here at TD Garden, where the Bruins getting set to take on the Nashville Predators as we focus on tonight's game. Predators come in with the third worst record in the NHL. Boston, meanwhile, coming off a 1-0 loss on Sunday afternoon in Minnesota. That was the Bruins' first full game this season without Brad Marchand in the lineup, and Joe Sacco hoping that more of his players will lift their games going forward here tonight.
I thought we had good energy last game, actually, considering it was back-to-back. I thought Cassidy stepped up, like you said. I think VL can provide some of that. Obviously, he's a physical presence. He's hard on the forecheck. But I think going back to even like the leadership part collectively, I think we all have to step up and bring that energy level and raise it. I think it's like I said before, it's an opportunity for us to embrace the challenge. Obviously, we're dealing with some injuries like a lot of teams are dealing with, but it's a chance for us to embrace the challenge that's ahead of us and try to raise our game again, like to another level if we can.
Yeah, it's, they found it much tougher against Minnesota Wild. Better team defensively than the Penguins, certainly. And, you only get the 3 goals against Pittsburgh as well. When he talks about, some of the, when you're looking at this team for the Bruins, it's got to be the work ethic and now more than ever, you're not going to outscore your mistakes. That's just, painfully obvious. We've known that most of the year, but it's certainly true now without Marchand and without, McAvoy and without Lindholm and guys that can drive that offense from the back end. So it really, you have to be really stingy defensively. You have to play strong, smart, disciplined hockey. And when I say discipline, it's not only staying out of the box, it's just with the puck and when to make plays, the risk-reward factor. If you're going to try to get back into this thing, it's got to be through the work ethic, and it's got to be the willingness to defend, but also the willingness to get inside. We'll say inside ice the way they like you say it in the offensive zone, because I don't think they made was it Gustafsson work as hard as they needed to the other day against the Bruins. I think that if you're going to beat Saros, he's a smaller goaltender, by the way. He's kind of bucks the trend of those big goalies.
Under 6 feet tall.
Yeah, smaller goaltender, but very good. And, if you're going to beat him, you've got to have some bodies in front of him, even though he hasn't had a great season. Just the team has not been very good in front of him.
Well, the team of late has been carried by David Pastrnak offensively. He's been on the ice for all but 1 goal that they've scored since the Four Nations break, and that was an empty netter against Pittsburgh. Of course, his scoring streak ended at 17 games the other day, but he has been a dominant force. But now they're trying to find some depth in their scoring, and Charlie Coyle says the other 3 lines have to step it up.
It's a mindset thing, and everyone's got to have that belief that, you can put the puck in the net. But we can't get away from our little details and what gives us the puck and possession more and opportunities. That's something that we have to make sure we kind of hone in still, especially when you don't score in a game. It's almost natural to get away and try to find another avenue around it. And, yeah, there's little things inside that we can figure out and maybe be better at, but we got to keep our details going the right way. Dial those in. We're going to get opportunities and we're going to finish. But yeah, you're right on. Like we need that secondary scoring, and we need guys to take responsibility, and including myself, and contribute that way.
Pastrnak is the leading scorer on this team by 35 points, give or take,
somewhere
right?
Around there, yeah.
I mean, that's how dominant he has been. Marchand's at second at 47 points. So it's just been he's carried this team offensively, and if he's not involved offensively, and he was around the puck the other night. Did he get the grade A chances? He had a couple, right? He had a couple. One in the third period, and there was another one as well. But there weren't a ton for him in that game. Minnesota kept most of it on the outside for him. But if he's not putting it in right now, nobody's putting it in and are generating offense. So that's an area that they got to continue to work on. And, yeah, they're still searching for some of that secondary scoring.
And with 20 games to go, Mark Kastelik saying this week the Bruins have stepped up their game in some areas.
Our starts have helped us a lot the last couple of games, and I think we've come ready to play. And we're definitely working on things every day in practice and in video. And I think you're seeing a little bit of that to start to be more consistent. And I think it's just we play a lot better hockey when we're playing tight and we're above guys and being more physical.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, he's perfect for that, right? I mean, he's going to get in your face. He's going to finish every hit. Kaslik is. They're everybody's talking about the details right now and how they can continue to try to push forward. It's, when you looked at that game the other day, they outshoot the Minnesota Wild, but Gustafson didn't have to work as hard. We just said that, right? But the start was pretty decent in that game. The start they had against the Islanders was very good.
Right.
And Sorokin was excellent. Like, Sorokin stole that game. I wouldn't say Gustafson stole the game for the Minnesota Wild, even though it was 1-0. But, Sorokin was the difference against the New York Islanders in that one. And then Pittsburgh, they had some good chances there against Nedeljkovic, and he played pretty well in that game, keeping the Penguins in it because they gave up so many breakaways and so many odd-man rushes.
That's it. I mean, you got to find a way, right? I mean, we talk about that. You got to find a way, even when the opposing goaltender is having a good night. Well, coming up next, we're going to check the Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray, and then we'll go around the NHL as we get you ready for the Bruins and the Predators coming up on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
Yes, goal.
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
With spring just around the corner, wouldn't it be great if you could upgrade your space? Well, Macy's is here for you. It's your last chance to catch our President's Day sale with big savings on what you need to refresh your home. Think 20 to 40% off new furniture, like our exclusive Radley sectional, now $21.99. And take 30 to 60% off a new mattress from Hotel Collection, Serta, and more, so you can sleep better. Hurry into Macy's before this weekend is over, because our President's Day sale ends Sunday. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
NFL franchise tag deadline is passed. Ravens did not place the tag on tackle Ronnie Stanley, Chris Godwin, or Sam Darnold. Did not get the tag placed on them either. And the Celtics still take on Portland tomorrow. Headlines are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. Ryan and Bob will take you around the NHL next on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Welcome to the Nissan Now sales event. Are you all right?
I wanted to get here before the best offers were gone.
You're just in time. Let me show you what we've got. There's the all-new Kicks. The sporty Sentra. Or our best-selling Rogue, a Consumer Guide Best Buy 11 years in a row. You must be exhausted.
I think I'm ready for my next adventure.
For the #1 shopping experience among non-luxury car buyers, according to J.D. Power, get to Nissan now. Now, get 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on Rogue. For JD Power 2024 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. For well-qualified buyers, 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on new 2025 Rogue and dealer stock. Example, 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $17.92 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary. Subject to residency restrictions and in-MAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 3/31/25.
Since 1873, Coors Banquet has been brewed only in Golden, Colorado, where the Rocky Mountains touch the sky and icy spring waters carve its legend. Each sip echoes of generations past. Coors Banquet, enjoyed by rock stars, smugglers, cowboys, and presidents. That's our legacy. What's yours? Coors Banquet. Start your legacy.
They're the first ones you call when you need help. Police officers, firefighters, teachers, keeping Massachusetts strong every single day. WellPoint is committed to serving the dedicated public service employees and their families who serve our Commonwealth, and proud to honor our hometown heroes this season. Visit the contest page at 985thesportshub.com to nominate someone who makes a difference in your community, and they'll score a pair of game tickets and be recognized all season long. WellPoint, your whole health is our whole point.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. It's time for powerful performance, plus plenty of room inside. Start your journey in a brand new vehicle. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, or CRV.
See dealer for financing details.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 985thesportshub.com.
Back at TD Garden, Bruins and the Nashville Predators coming up as we take a look around the NHL. Some of the other action tonight. Sharks will visit the Sabres. Less said about that one, the better. In Detroit, the Red Wings hosting the Hurricanes. Lucas Raymond and the Red Wings holding the last playoff spot in the East by mere percentage points.
I think we know what we need to do, and we have shown that we can do it. You know, I think that's obviously a huge part, and it's not only in the D zone, it's starting the O zone, containing more pucks down there, giving them less time with the puck. Yeah, something we want to get back to. We know we're going to score, so emphasizing that.
Yeah, they have been able to score. They run into Columbus, though, in a home and home, and especially in the outdoor game. And Columbus swept them in those two games. Good games, but Detroit comes out on the short end. They've got the New York Rangers chasing them down. They're tied right now in points. Detroit does have a game in hand. Rangers coming off back-to-back shutout wins over the weekend, so pretty impressive for them. But, yeah, Detroit right up against it right now. And Carolina's still trying to figure it out. There's a lot of trade rumors swirling around Carolina, and if they're going to retrade, or however you say it, to trade back out Rantanen, right? Because it's not working out, or because they're not going to be able to sign him. So a lot of rumors there.
Well, speaking of Columbus, they're in Tampa to take on the Lightning. John Cooper's team had their winning streak snapped in their last time out.
We just reeled off 8 in a row. You can't do that without some things going your way. And at some point, the bounce is going to bounce out instead of in. And, on a couple of occasions, especially in the third period, that's what happened.
Yeah, Tampa goes on that great streak where they win 8 in a row. You look at Florida, their last 10, 8-2. Yeah. Toronto, 8-1-1. So they didn't make up any ground on those two teams in front of them. And so here's the thing. Here's how it's shaping up. And we're at, 20 games to go, 20 give or take. Tampa's got 22 left to go. If it ends today, Tampa's going to take on either Toronto or Florida, whichever team finishes second. Right. And that's going to be a heck of a matchup. And, one really good team is going to end up going home early based on the way that they played this season.
Calgary Flames are in Philadelphia, where the Flyers are 4 points behind Detroit, need to leapfrog 5 teams to get into the playoffs, but John Tortorella is keeping the faith.
I've always had hope. The way the East is, I've always had hope. And every day I come into this building for practice, every day I go to the big rink for the games, I don't have to worry about effort. And that's a big part of staying in this, is the work habit.
That's our look around the NHL. Bruins interim head coach Joe Sacco joins us next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
It's the month of love, so make sure you show it to the one who gets you through it all, your vehicle. Valvoline Instant Oil Change has you covered with 15-minute stay-in-your-car oil changes. No box of chocolates, bouquet of flowers, or appointment is necessary. Give your car the ultimate Valentine's Day treat, fast, friendly, and reliable service. Plus, you're guaranteed not to get ghosted afterward. Go to NewEnglandOilChange.com to save 15%. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of feeling the love.
McGovern Ford's commercial truck division, with locations in Saugus, Lowell, and Framingham, boasts a large inventory of Ford work trucks and vans, including plow trucks, dump bodies, service bodies, light-duty and heavy-duty Ford trucks, Ford Transit vans, refrigerated, classic box, and service utility. An extensive selection of Ford work trucks and vans, including tough Super Duty trucks for towing and hauling big loads. McGovern Ford also offers financing options for various credit levels. Palmas Portuguese and Habla Espanol. McGovernFord.com. That's McGovernFord.com.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
Yes, goal.
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
It's time to start a healthy relationship with your money. With Navigant Credit Union, there are no hidden fees, great interest rates, and support that puts you first. Make the switch today. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
With spring just around the corner, wouldn't it be great if you could upgrade your space? Well, Macy's is here for you. It's your last chance to catch our President's Day sale with big savings on what you need to refresh your home. Think 20 to 40% off new furniture, like our exclusive Radley sectional, now $21.99. And take 30 to 60% off a new mattress from Hotel Collection, Serta, and more, so you can sleep better. Hurry into Macy's before this weekend is over, because our President's Day sale ends Sunday. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Joe Sacco is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. We'll help you manage life's storms. You guys, a 1-0 loss to Minnesota the other day. Let's start with defensively. You hold them to 22 shots, only 1 goal. What did you think of your team's overall defense in that game?
I thought that we did a good job staying committed to playing hard defensively. It was a good checking game for us. We had a good idea going into that game that it was going to be somewhat of a low-event hockey game. They're a team that does a really good job of not giving you a lot of quality chances as well. So tight checking game. Felt like it could have went either way. We just didn't find the back of the net. We had some opportunities, but we have to make it a little bit more harder on the other team's goaltender too at times.
From a defensive standpoint, you paired Zadorov and Carlo recently. What do you like about that pairing?
Well, they can play against top lines. I think that they're a shutdown pair. They're big, long, hard to play against in the defensive zone. So, yeah, right now with where we're set up in the back end with the injuries to a couple of our, with Charlie and Lindy not being around, it gives us a good shutdown pair.
Mason Lohrei played a career high in minutes the other day. Obviously, we know what he brings to the table offensively. What kind of progression have you seen from him defensively as the season has gone on and as more has been called of him lately?
Well, I think Mace is making strides. He's moving in the right direction. I think, like any young player, he's got a ways to go as far as understanding, the whole importance of playing away from the puck. And it's not from lack of effort. I think that he's committed to learning and trying to get better with his play away from the puck. Sometimes it just takes more experience and being used in different situations.
You said this morning Brad Marchand's going to be week to week with his injury suffered over the weekend. You already had McAvoy out of the lineup. What does that leave as far as a leadership void, and how do you fill that with the guys that you've got in the room?
Well, we have to do it collectively as a group. I think we have some good leaders in there. We have guys that have good leadership qualities. Maybe a couple of other guys that aren't heard from as much. Maybe need to be step it up, more vocal in certain situations.
As far as what you lose on the ice with Marchand out of the lineup as well, we saw. We've seen Pasternak's been carrying this team offensively of late. How do you get more scoring depth-wise in this roster?
Yeah, obviously we know that line's been carrying a bulk of the offense for us, but we need more secondary scoring from everybody. And I think we just do that by staying committed to playing in the offensive zone, hanging on to pucks, being harder to play against in the offensive zone. We always talk about being difficult to play against in our own zone. Well, same holds true for the other end of the ice. We have to manage pucks better. We have to hold on to them. We have to get more traffic at the net before the puck gets there. Simple things, putting pucks on the net, play off the shot more.
Trade deadline's a few days away. Obviously, there's this time of year always rumors flying every which way. We know where the team is right now. Is that a challenge to try to keep everybody focused with all that going on here in the next few days?
We go about our own business like we would on any normal day. We prepare their guys as best we can for the game in the morning and at night. We try not to obviously look at that part of it. We understand that that's coming up here. The players obviously understand that's the side of the game that's obviously can be difficult, but we're all professionals. We all have a job to do, and our focus is just trying to stay within what's in front of us.
Well, tonight, what's in front of you is the Nashville Predators. Haven't seen them in forever, and as we were just talking before we did this, their roster's a lot different than the last time you saw them. So what did they put in front of you tonight?
Well, they put a team that's still, I think, dangerous offensively with some of the players that they have, whether it be Stamkos or whether it be a Marchessault, O'Reilly, Forsberg. They have some really good offensive players. So they're a dangerous team off the rush. If you don't manage the puck well and you give them easy ice, they're going to transition against you, and they're going to transition well. So I think that we have to be smart about the puck play between the blue lines. I think that as far as, with Saros as a good goaltender, an established goaltender, like I said to you before, we need to be harder to play against in the offensive zone.
Stamkos in particular, the production hasn't been there for him lately, but still one of the more dangerous players in the league when he's on. How much do you have to focus on him in particular?
Well, yeah, I think that especially 5-on-4, he's still a great shooter from over there in a spot on the elbow. And so we have to be cognizant of the fact that, they're going to look to get it to him at times. But, yeah, I think whenever you play a team like Nashville that has 2, 3, 4 guys, you're always trying to make sure that, you pay a little bit closer attention to those guys when they're out there.
All right, Joe, we appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Okay, thanks.
There's Joe Sacco. Bruins and the Predators are coming up next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Up Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Is the media group station.
A day after they got a much-needed 2 points in Pittsburgh, the Bruins traveled to Minnesota on Sunday. But a strong defensive performance against the Wild didn't amount to much when they couldn't find the back of the net. Faber poke checked it toward the far wall. Gaudreau fires it up the boards, kept alive by Lohrei. He shoots it up over the net, and it ricochets out of the corner and out into neutral ice. And the Bruins are running out of time as Coyle tries to get it back into the attack zone. He does, but the horn will sound. And the Wild will hang on. Tonight, the Bruins make a quick stop at home, desperate for points against the Nashville Predators team that's had one of the most disappointing seasons in the NHL. It's the Bruins and the Predators coming up next.
Boston Bruins hockey is driven by the stylish Honda Accord, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. David Pastrnak wins the series for the Bruins.
In front for Marchand, point blank, score on the rebound.
The Bruins are brought to you by VA New England, Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Coors Banquet, Bosch Tools, your New England Ford dealers, Live Nation, Safety Insurance, Peerless Boilers, and by Shaw's and Star Market.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Town Fair Tire, TD Bank, your Boston area Nissan dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, Ticketmaster, Dairy Queen, McGovern Auto Group, Hub International New England, Timberline Construction, your Eastern Region Lexus dealers, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put it in. Backhand for a penalty shot for Raymond Bourque. David Pastrnak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron! And the Bruins win the series!
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
We're at TD Garden, where the Bruins and Nashville Predators will drop the puck in just a few minutes. Bruins trying to get back on the winning side after getting shut out on Sunday. Need to find some scoring tonight.
Yeah, they do, yes, but at the same time without sacrificing the defensive side of the puck. I mean, they're talking about secondary scoring. They're talking about getting on the inside, making life difficult for Saros here in this game. No Roman Josi for the Nashville Predators. But you can't do it while you sacrifice at the other end of the ice, because even though you're playing against a team that's tied for the lowest scoring team in the NHL this season with the Calgary Flames, it's them, Calgary, and Anaheim. They're right around the same number. You cannot sacrifice on that side of the puck. I mean, you got guys that are struggling right now for Nashville. Don't let them up off the mat here today. Steven Stamkos being one of them.
Yeah, 13 games since his last point. Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Opening face-off is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
Yes, goal.
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, this is Bob Sosi, voice of New England football. You've heard me talk about Clear Path for Veterans and safety insurance. Now New Hampshire residents can also support our veterans and save on auto insurance. Clear Path for Veterans is working with Safety Insurance to help New England veterans at the Resource Center in Devens, Massachusetts. Safety policyholders can make a $50 tax-deductible donation to Clear Path and earn a 5% discount on your safety automobile insurance. New Hampshire and Massachusetts residents can say thanks to those who serve and get rewarded. Visit safetyforvets.com.
Waiting for your electrical supplies during the day or sitting in traffic is for the birds. Use the GCE Night Train from Granite City Electric and get access to over $50 million in local inventory with a free guaranteed overnight delivery of your electrical supplies anywhere in New England. So avoid wasting time waiting in line and sitting in traffic. Order by 5 p.m. and you'll have your materials the next morning by 6 a.m. guaranteed. Visit GCENightTrain.com to get on board the GCE Night Train today. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Back here at TD Garden, the Bruins and the Nashville Predators getting ready for the opening face-off. Before we get there, let's go down to ice level and tonight's national anthem with Todd Angeli.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Todd Angeli with the national anthem as we get set for the opening faceoff here tonight between the Bruins and the Predators. We take a look at our starting lineups. In goal for the Nashville Predators is UC Saros. On defense, the pairing of Luke Schenn and Mark Algaizo. Up front, the line of Cole Smith, Colton Sissons, and Fedor Svechkov. For the Bruins, it's Jeremy Swayman in goal, Mason Lohrei, Andrew Peeke, your defenseman, and up front, Morgan Geekie, Pavel Zacha, and David Pastrnak. Starting lineups are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SportsHub. That's code SportsHub for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
First 5 minutes of tonight's game presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is John Quirk of Quincy, Mass. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, John will win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game, courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins on home ice, a rare appearance on home ice in this month of March. And they'll go from left to right here in the first period, wearing the black from head to toe. Boston controlling the puck along the near side circle of his own zone is Andrew Peeke. He'll start it up across his own blue line. Backhand one ahead in the direction of David Pastrnak. Taken away by Schenn. Sent back toward the Boston zone. Cole Smith along the right wing side here for Nashville. Tried to pivot away from Geekie. Sends it down deep for Sissons. Forced it out in front of the net. That blocked by Peeke. Out of the far corner, Smith got it behind the net. Sissons got it out in front, and a chance right on the doorstep by Svechkov turned away. Zacha will bring the Bruins back the other direction in a hurry. Moving it toward the middle, and Pastrnak was disrupted as he came down the left wing side.
A high stick.
Out of the far corner, Schenn pivots away from Pastrnak.
That's a pretty good chance there for Svechkov right off the bat in the middle of the ice. You know, got a couple black jerseys around him, but finds a little soft spot there.
Luca Evangelista brings into the Boston zone. Puck taken off of him by Carlo. Out of the corner, it'll come to Coyle, and out in front, Zadorov had to knock it away from Ryan O'Reilly. Back at the far point, it's kept alive by Blankenberg. Around the near side boards it'll come, and it's taken by Elias Lindholm as he beats Stamkos to the puck. Pushed across the line here by Merkulov, and from the left circle, shot by Lindholm. Sails wide of the net. Sent back through the neutral ice, and Evangelista back into Boston territory. Pulls up along the left wing circle for Stamkos' shot, and in and out of the glove of Jeremy Swayman. Zadorov will settle it. Or Jordan Osterley back in the lineup tonight after sitting the last 7 games.
It seems like longer than that because of the break.
Right. Wotherspoon will dump one in from the red line. Osterley taking the spot of Ian Mitchell, who was sent back to Providence yesterday after playing this past weekend. Near side corner, Beecher in the Nashville zone, digging for a puck, able to rattle it around the boards. Wotherspoon pinching down toward the far circle. Centering pass, looking for Viel. That was blocked. It'll come off the near side. Marchessault with a pass through the neutral ice. Overshot Philip Forsberg and angles in on Swayman, and he'll be forced to cover it at the far side of his crease.
Well, Nashville's had 2 pretty good looks here right off the bat. And that first one there, Svechkov gets a pass from Sissons from behind the net, and you said you got 4 jerseys around him, but he's right in between the hash marks, in the middle of the ice for that quick one-timer.
Face-off will be to the left of Jeremy Swayman. 2:17 gone in this first period. Beecher to take the draw. It's beaten by McCarron. Around the near boards, it'll come to Del Gaizo, skating it down toward the corner. Sent it behind the net. Mark Jankowski to the far circle. Threw one in front. Came all the way through, and Bellows will push it down along the end boards. Around the far side, Viel will get to it. He'll carry the Bruins out through the neutral ice. Try to dump it in. It gets blocked. And Schenn going to bring it back the other way. Del Gaizo directs a pass in the direction of Bellows, but held outside the line. Patra to Koepke, and deep into Nashville territory it goes. In on the forecheck is Braza. Puck around the far side wall. McCarron will deal it back through the neutral zone. Taken back over by the Bruins inside their own end. Brandon Carlo pass up the right side. Tipped deep by Braza. Saros came out, handed off for Brady Shea. And volleyed back toward the Boston zone, but that's going to be an icing here against the Predators. 3:10 into this first period.
You know, you're always curious what kind of teams you're going to see, right? In Nashville, you know, they've had just a horrific season for where their expectations were. Talking to some of their people prior to the game here today, just talking about where they thought they would be compared to where they are right now. But you know who they beat last week or a few days ago? Washington Capitals.
Right. Never an easy game in this league. We say it all the time. Face off controlled by the Predators. Saw a stat this morning.
No, excuse me, Winnipeg. Not Washington. Sorry, Winnipeg.
Saw a stat this morning as Peeke carries into the attack zone here. Geekie going to try and get it deep. We'll come back around the near side boards. Geekie cut it off at the hash marks, but now turned over. Predators' top 6 paid players. Talking about Forsberg, Yossi, Stamkos, Shea, Marchessault, and O'Reilly. That group combined last year had 192 goals. This year they have 87. As as it's brought back into the Boston zone here by Svechkov. Crunched to the boards by Carlo.
And Stamkos' numbers alone, what he's, especially recently, it's been a nightmare for him.
No points in 13 games. He's got 33 points in 60 games this year. It's a centering pass here by Zadorov. Gets blocked back toward the far point. Zacha covering there. Carlo throws one to the net straight on, and Saros tips that off into the far corner.
There's nobody in front. So Bruins now have tried two, I call them hope plays, right? Where you've got the puck kind of in the corner, and you're hoping to find somebody in the slot where there's really nobody there. Nashville defended it well.
Stamkos reversed it behind the net. Taken away. They score! Charlie Coyle on the doorstep, able to take advantage, and the Bruins grab a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, terrible mistake here, right? Coyle's going to pounce, but I think it's going to be Lindholm who gets him this puck from behind Saros, below the goal line. It's a bad giveaway here by the Predators down deep. I mean, Coyle, it's a bang-bang play. Saros, no chance. This puck gets reversed around, and trying to use Stastny there and behind the net. He doesn't handle it properly, but he kind of handcuffed him anyhow off the pass from Stamkos. And Lindholm says thank you as he gets this puck right out in front. Bang, bang. Yeah, Stastny tried to continue that puck around the boards on the wraparound. Are they going to challenge for offsides here?
Referees are over talking with Predators coach Andrew Burnett.
Well, they should. Well, now they're talking to Joe Sacco, so
yeah.
No, it's not going to be a challenge.
Well, we were talking about Stamkos' offensive numbers.
You know what?
Officials coming over now to the official scores on the near side. No explanation as what that was all about.
No. Sit up here and guess.
Talked about the other day in Minnesota how great an explanation we got from Francois St. Laurent.
Oh, thank you. I mean, in that situation, we really didn't need it. We kind of knew what it was, but it was good to hear it.
Right. Got the microphone
to clarify, to make sure and to confirm what we thought.
Stamkos dragging it through the neutral ice here. Gives it off to the right side. Stastny moving in on Swayman, who held his ground. Markulov got a piece of the puck. Taps it free to Elias Lindholm. Lost it coming out of the zone. Reaching up to glove it down in front of the Bruins bench. Stamkos kept it alive. Now O'Reilly down the right circle. A centering pass. And that one just missed Evangelista coming down the middle. Lindholm brings the Bruins back. And from just inside the blue line throws a shot in on Saros, who gets the blocker on it. Del Gaizo will work his way back through the neutral ice. Overshot Evangelista with a pass. That one actually directed out of play.
Well, it's the first chance that the Bruins have had, right? This point blank, and this is off a turnover by the Preds.
Started to say Stamkos, we talked about pointless in the last 13 games coming into this one. He's minus 15, now minus 16 in his last 14 games. That's minus 24 for him for the season. Face-off at center ice is won by the Predators. Shen trying to play into the Boston zone, was denied by Zadorov. Second effort. Zadorov puts Novak into the wall. On the far circle, a giveaway, and they score. Puck came right onto the stick of Tommy Novak, and he beats Swayman and ties the game at 1.
Yeah, mistake here for usually pretty sure-handed and Pavel Zacha. He's going to turn this puck over. He puts it right on the tape here of Novak. This puck gets dumped in. Zadorov seals off his man. Zacha goes back and picks this puck up, and he tries to cut to the front. He tries to cut up the middle as opposed to going around the net, where he thought he might be sealed off there by Forsberg. But he also had Carlo over in the right wing corner, to the right of Swayman in the left wing corner. But he's open there. You can go off the boards to him. But he tried to cut back up the middle and loses the puck, and Novak takes advantage of the Bruins turnover.
13th goal of the year for Novak. And Del Gaizo going to bring the Predators forward here, skating it toward the left wing circle. Shot blocked by Carlo. Comes back toward Novak along the near wall. Del Gaizo got one down behind the net. It'll be pushed up ice by Zadorov. Puck comes right back in his direction, and he finds Kastelik up the near right wing side. Kastelik angled off the puck by Del Gaizo back into neutral ice. Osterley played it forward. But Del Gaizo right there for Nashville. 13:45 left here in the first. Each team with a goal already. Marchessault a takeaway just inside the Boston blue line. Threw one in front, a backhand chance, Jankowski, and a rebound chance as well for McCarron. Wotherspoon will head the other way with it. Right wing pass to Brazo, floats one toward the net. It ricochets around behind. Bellows will keep it moving toward that far side. Jankowski up the right wing. Skates it down the wall. Patra gets a stick in there and wins the puck. Gets it along for Koepke. Moves it to the right for Wotherspoon jumping up. Wotherspoon trying to get it back to Koepke coming down that far circle, but redirected up over his head. Brazo goes crashing into the far corner against Blankenberg. Puck came back toward Peak, but handcuffed him and gets out of the zone and back toward Boston's end. 7 minutes even gone in this first period. Peak knocked down to a knee, able to keep moving, get away from Smith, get that puck deep. Saros going to lift it around the glass in the near corner. Picked up and brought out of the zone by Sissons. Smith gets it back toward Sissons, throws it toward the net, and Swayman scoops that up and hangs on. And that'll bring us to our first break with 12:41 to go in the first period. Bruins 1, Predators 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home, yes, cool, or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as granted by Ookla LLC in the U.S. to 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Zoe here. You got as well as I do. When you're faced with the rebuild year, it's all about staying 2 steps ahead of the competition. Oakers Technologies has a history of shaping the future. For over 100 years, they made their clients future ready, helping revamp their technology and IT systems to meet their ever-evolving needs. They're a New England company that gets it, delivering the attention of a local team with the skill to be your single-source IT partner. From full IT infrastructure rebuilds to your everyday AV upgrades, Oakers Technologies makes it easy to be future ready. Proud partner of your New England Patriots.
Tip off every Celtics game all season long with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite, the original light beer. Miller Lite, official partner of the 2024 World Champion Boston Celtics. When it's game time, it's Miller time, Celtics fans.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
We've got another winner in our New England Ford First Five contest. John Quirk of Quincy, Mass. has won a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Charlie Coyle scoring .425 into this one to give the Bruins the lead off a feed from Elias Lindholm. Tommy Novak just over a minute later after a Bruins turnover ties the game at 1. We've got 12:41 to go here in the first period. Second and final meeting of the year between these two teams. They met all the way back on October the 22nd down in Nashville. It was the Predators' first win of the year as they shut the Bruins out 4-0 in that game. Face-off win by Elias Lindholm. Bruins moving from left to right. Puck comes bouncing through Charlie Coyle in the neutral zone. Stamkos will turn just inside of his own blue line and drop it back. Del Gaizo fumbled it and had to hurry it out of the zone, but did. Evangelista bounces it ahead for Stamkos, left circle shot, save made, and the rebound by O'Reilly, fired up and over.
Two shots here in this first period from almost the same spot, left wing circle.
Gaizo off the near boards in the direction of O'Reilly, but couldn't handle it. Carlo does. Over to the far side for Zadorov, banked it out of the zone, but cut off near the Boston bench. Going back toward the Nashville zone. Chased down by Brady Shea. Up far side boards goes Forsberg. Lifted high into the air, bouncing down into the near circle zone. Geeky Borai around the far side. Merkulov couldn't get there in time. It comes back in his direction, though, from Forsberg, and he's able to push it out of the zone before he's knocked down coming through the neutral ice. Forsberg will gather it back in across the Boston line. Off to Novak in the left circle, a centering pass. This Marchessault coming down the middle, and the Bruins head the other way with Pasternak. Moving down into the far corner.
Boy, they got back on him quick, right? You had the defenseman there, but you also had Forsberg on the back check with 3 white jerseys around him. I think the scout report is just make sure we don't get beat by him. If somebody else beats us, then I tip the hat to them, but
don't let
we're taking away that time and space.
Lifted over Pasternak's head, comes out of the zone here. Del Gaizo back for the Predators. Del Gaizo, UMass Minuteman alum, won a national championship to another Frozen Four there during his 3-year term in Amherst. Down the near side, he'll play it down into the corner. Sissons works it back to him at the left point now. Gaizo back Sissons along the near side. Svechkov to Del Gaizo with a shot in front. Scramble for it. A backhander by Smith turned aside by Swin. Off the far wall. Sissons tried to get it back to the net, but blocked by Washbourne. Parker will play it off the far boards, and Poitras got it coming through the neutral ice, trying to get through some traffic. Predators will regain the puck. Poitras turns and goes for a change with 10-12 to go in this first period. Gaizo just standing in the face-off circle in his own zone, waiting for everyone to get set up in front of him. Now they work it deep. Swayman set it up behind the net. Predators able to regain as they get it back to Engelland at the point for a drive. That one kicked aside. In behind the net comes McCarron. Off to Bellows. Back down low, McCarron takes a shoulder on Zadorov. Castellet comes in, finishes his man, and the Bruins will move out. Beecher banking a pass off the near boards to himself, but as he went to get it, it hit a fallen stick in the Nashville zone. Beecher able to regain coming out of the near corner, pokes it back toward the blue line, but it'll slip out of the zone. Andrew Pete drives it back in for the red. Both teams getting some changes on. Spencer Stastny. Near side for England. Lifted out into neutral ice. Stamkos under pressure turned it over. Merkulov sent one in front for Lindholm. And he got knocked down before he could get a shot off. Peak's shot gets blocked, and that one will ricochet all the way back down toward Jeremy Swayman. He tries a long pass out into the neutral ice, picked off by Evangelista, but O'Reilly's going to wind up offside as Evangelista tried to time it just right coming back into the attack zone. 9 minutes to go here in the first period. Bruins 1, Predators 1. On the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V, your local Honda dealer.
Save internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home, yes, cool, or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? Except Discover. Except Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the one who get it done.
The only place to hear the game, the Hub.
9 minutes left in the first period. Bruins and Predators tied at 1. Tonight's storylines brought to you by your Boston area Chevrolet dealers. Get a closer look at Chevy's award-winning lineup at your New England Chevy dealer. Find exciting offers too in the powerful Silverado and feature-packed all-new Equinox. As we told you about in the pregame show, a couple of pieces of news today for the Bruins. Announcing Brad Marchand week to week with the injury suffered in Pittsburgh on Saturday, and the trade of Trent Frederick along with Mac Jones, a three-way deal between the Bruins, Oilers, and Devils the Bruins side of it, they get a second-round pick this year that once belonged to St. Louis, a fourth-round pick next season, and a defensive prospect for the Oilers as well. As Boston gets it on into the attack zone, Merkulov with a backhander that goes up and over UC Saros. Kept alive along far boards by Coyle. Over to Merkulov and a one-timer. That just wide. Stamkos will push it back out toward his own blue line. Evangelista helped it out into neutral ice. Coyle that knocked off balance, couldn't get it moving forward. Stamkos back the other way. O'Reilly scores from the left circle. The Predators on the rush, able to get numbers, and Ryan O'Reilly puts them up 2-1, 8:27 to go here in the first.
Yeah, two opportunities for the Bruins, both off the stick of Georgi Merkulov, but then Nashville comes back the other way. Kind of a broken play as they come over the line. Nobody can handle that puck. It bounces by Lori, and it results in a quick forming 3-on-2. And you've got a man driving the net. Stamkos drops it, drives the net, and it's O'Reilly who gets that pass from Evangelista on the left side. No chance here for Swayman trying to move left to right to get himself over. It's a lot of space to cover. It's well executed by the Preds, but
15th of the year for O'Reilly. That'll break Stamkos' 13-game scoring drought.
Remember what I told you about O'Reilly, right? One of 5 players in the league without a shield.
Doesn't wear his grandfathered in, doesn't have to wear the shield, yeah.
His name has been mentioned quite a bit in trade talks here recently. Nashville's, a lot of the Nashville Predators names have been thrown in there with the type of season that they've had.
O'Reilly has said he'd like to remain in Nashville. He's got 2 years left on his contract at $4.5 million per.
Well, it's one where Barry Trotz, has got to find out which guys, are you all in? Do you want to be part of the solution, or are you looking for a change? And however he goes about it, but he's got to get some clarity here from certain players. I'm sure he's already done that.
And among the names being tossed out there, Chen, Colton Sissons, O'Reilly, McCarron, another one.
I think a couple of those guys could help a team, in their own ways, right? And Shen's moved several times, and he's proven he can be a good player. He's not, he's not the fastest guy, but he's big, he's sturdy, he gets in the way. He's tough.
Of course, they already moved Gustav Nyquist the other day in Minnesota. We saw his re-debut with the Wild on Sunday as the puck goes out of play. All those guys I just mentioned, by the way, have at least a year left on their contract, so they've got term, which can help the return.
Yeah, I think so. You're not getting a rental.
Puck out of play here in the Bruins zone. 7:43 to go in this first period. Bruins down 2-1 here at home. With the trade of Frederick today, don't know who else might get moved here by the Bruins between now and Friday's deadline. Bellows fanned on a shot attempt off the draw. Comes toward Englund along the near side. He gets it deep. McCarron will take toward the far corner. Challenged by Beecher. Pivots back down low. Centering pass. Hit a leg. Kicked back in behind the net. Beecher started to come away with it and had it chopped away from him by Jankowski. Wotherspoon in the far corner along with Beecher. It'll come behind the net. Jordan Osterley will bring it toward the near circle. He gets run off it. Jankowski a centering pass looking for McCarron. It kicked toward the net. Castaway got spun around trying to find it. Goes down. Penalty coming up. And it looks as though the Bruins will get the first power play of this game with 7:10 to go in this first period.
It's a hard-working, grinding shift here by the Predators, but it's going to end up resulting in a Bruins power play. Keeper Bellows is going to get caught for tripping.
26, 2-minute minor penalty, tripping.
Bellows is also a mess. Blood all over it. Blood coming out of his mouth, all over his sweater.
They might send him down to the locker room. Surprised they didn't, actually.
7:10 left in the first. 2-1 Nashville leads it. Bruins power play will go to work.
That's why, because as a Kaslik that got tripped, he was getting tripped, and then the stick came up and caught Bellows in the face.
First power play brought to you by Bosch Power Tools, engineered for efficiency, comfort, and ease. Bosch Power Tools, built to keep workers going at full strength. Bosch Power Tools, what hard workers deserve. Zaka's got the puck in the right wing corner. Bounced it off the outside of the net, trying to get it to Elias Lindholm. It's taken away and sent all the way down by Brady Shea. Lori picks it up from Swayman. Bruins moving from left to right. Orai drops one off to Pasternak coming out of the zone. Left wing pass finds Geeky. Carried it in just inside the line, but then lost it. And Sissons sends it back towards Swayman. Orai will try it again. Wheels it up the right side this time for Geeky. Carrying through the neutral zone. Gains the attacking blue line. Fires one across ice for Pasternak coming on late. From the right circle, he sends it around the glass. Geeky on the far board. Back down low for Zaka. Got cut off. Zaka regains, throws one out in front. Saros gloves it and drops it back into play. McCarron sends it hard around the boards and out of the zone. Poked back in by Orai, but a delayed offside. Bruins will regain off the Nashville clear. Pasternak angling one deep into Predator territory. Stastny will move it toward the far side. Shen will just send it all the way down ice with 45 to go on the Predators penalty. Orai comes around behind the net. Here's Georgi Merkulov through the neutral zone. He gets knocked to the ice by Cole Smith as he tried to gain the attacking blue line, and back into Boston territory goes the puck. Jordan Osterley. Pass for Coyle in his skates. That's turned over near the red line. Sissons will slowly bring it into the Boston zone. Shoots one into the glove of Jeremy Swayman, who wants to drop it back into play, but Smith is right there, won't let him. And with 16 to go on the power play, it'll be a defensive zone faceoff.
Fans Between the Pipes is sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier piping and mechanical product supplier. CDS is your local dealer. Between the Pipes for the Nashville Predators here tonight is UC Saros, and for the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman.
Saros 13, 25, and 6 in 45 starts this year. 2.96 goals against and an .899 save percentage. Has 4 shutouts, one of which came against the Bruins back in October. He had 30-plus wins the last 3 years. He'll, obviously, because of the way this team has played in front of him, fall far short of that mark this season. 5th in the Vezina voting a year ago. Puck comes around behind the net, off the far boards. It'll be picked up and carried out of the zone here by Svechkov. Svechkov's centering pass had Shea coming down the middle, but in the air, didn't knock it down. Bellows along the near boards, able to get back possession. Backhanded behind the Bruins net now by Patra. Osterley took a hit, but moved the puck to Coyle. And it'll come back toward the near side for Wotherspoon. Wotherspoon gets away from England coming through neutral ice. Patra down the right side. He tried to get it to the net, but that was blocked by Stastny. And back out into neutral ice and back toward the Boston zone. Evangelista and Wotherspoon get blocked up. Kastelik able to float it up the right side. Poke checked ahead by Kepke. But Stastny is there and circles back behind the net for the Predators. 4:22 left in this first period. 2-1 Nashville has the lead. Stamkos try to leave it for Evangelista. Overskated it. Kepke bringing the Bruins back the other direction. Kepke tried to backhand it toward Kastelik. It was blocked, and Stamkos clears the zone. Zadorov threw it back toward the Nashville blue line. Stamkos got a piece of it, but Beecher able to get possession and lost it coming into the zone, and Evangelista right back ahead. Evangelista centering pass. Handcuffs Stamkos. A long shot by Del Gaizo. Kicked aside by Swayman, and the Bruins clear the rebound. Shen will get it right back in on the attack here for Forsberg. Forsberg sends it across ice, kicked onto the stick of Novak. Peak denied a centering pass. Puck came behind the net. Marchessault on the near circle. Back to the point. Shea a one-timer. And Swayman saw that all the way. Cradles it and gets the whistle. 3:34 left in the first. Nashville's got the 2-1 lead on Ryan O'Reilly's goal. Here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
yes, cool,
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
Lexus invites you to experience the power of choice. From hybrid to plug-in hybrid to all-electric. Whichever Lexus electrified model you choose, it will undoubtedly feel
amazing.
Get offers on select models at the Invitation to Lexus sales event, now through March 31st. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Charlie Coyle's goal, assisted by Elias Lindholm, is our delivery of the game. Delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. That was the first goal of the game. Predators have the last two and have a 2-1 lead with 3:34 to go here in the first period. Bruins, after this one, will head out on the road for a pair Thursday night in Carolina against the Hurricanes, and then on Saturday they'll pay another visit to the Tampa Bay Lightning. In between there is a trade deadline.
Yeah, Tampa had their winning streak stopped, right? 8 games.
8 in a row.
Lost to the Florida Panthers. The top of the Atlantic is really strong right now.
There's Novak throwing one toward the net. Lori gets the rebound and will bring it out through into the neutral ice for Pasternak.
Yeah, Toronto, Florida, and Tampa all playing some really good hockey.
Well, you mentioned, how good Tampa, has been of late in that streak. They couldn't gain much ground, if any.
I don't think they gained any. They went 8 in a row, but
Forsberg into the Boston zone from the left circle, a shot and a flashy glove stop by Swayman.
Bruins they're backing in. The chances for Nashville are good ones. That time using Peak as a screen. It's been a struggle a little bit defensively for the Bruins here in this first period. We talked a little bit about that. Yeah, they want to create more offense. Well, they haven't been good defensively in this first period.
Outshot 13-4 so far. Face off to the right of Swayman. O'Reilly beats Lindholm on the draw. Gaizo walks it along the blue line. Over to Shen, far side, and his shot gloved by Swayman. Another stoppage.
Yeah, you look at Toronto, Florida, and Tampa each have 8 wins in their last 10 games. Tough to gain ground.
Yeah. Well, that's why, when you talk about the playoff race, teams trying to get in, when you have 2 or 3 teams in front of you, it's so difficult to leapfrog them all, because even if you play really well, one of those teams can do the same.
That's we talked about it in our pregame show just around the NHL, that out of those 3 teams, 2 of them are going to have to play one another in the first round.
Right. It should be a whale of a series.
But you're losing a really good team in the first round.
Exactly, which is part of the reason I've not been a huge fan of this setup since they brought it into the league. Rather 1 through 8, but lost that battle. Shot blocked here as Coyle tried to get one to the net. O'Reilly back toward the Boston blue line. Osterley able to play it ahead. Patra trying to push it across the Nashville line. Gets it to Kepke along the far boards and wrapped in behind the net. Saros comes out, plays it. Englund angled it off the boards. Osterley picked one off the red line. Here's Patra right back in. Throws one in front. Brazo is coming down the middle, trying for the tip. Osterley shoots one intentionally wide of the net, ripped around the far side, but it'll be lifted out of the zone by O'Reilly. Bouncing puck controlled by Osterley, coming back into his own zone. Patra gets the feed from Wotherspoon through the neutral ice. Now off the right side here for Brazo, a shot. Save made by Saros. Patra after the rebound. But it's Kiefer Bellows who will bring Nashville out. Overshot Jankowski with a pass. Osterley will come back and play it out of the far corner. Beecher touched it along for Brazo, but had his pocket picked by Smith. McCarron trying to settle a puck and does. Gets the shot off. Swayman stick that aside. Near circle, battle for possession. Nashville's going to win that. Sissons works his way back behind Swayman's net. Shoved along the end wall. Moves it toward the corner. Takes a hit from Beecher. Puck out to the blue line and out of the zone. Sent back in offside. Touched by McCarron.
Make a case to send that all the way down for intentional, but yeah, it's a couple of turnovers inside the blue line. Another chance for McCarron in the slot after a turnover. It's been a rough period for the Bruins in that D zone and in through the neutral zone. You know, then the D have to back off.
Face off just outside the Boston blue line here for Zacha. Pull it toward the far side. It was taken away by Svechkov. Deep into Boston territory again. Lohrei in the corner. Geeky trying to move it for Zacha coming out. It's behind him. Pasternak along the near side boards. Overskated it. Sissons moving it toward the front. Got a shot in on Swayman. Came loose. And another shot attempt by Blankenberg. Hit a body and went wide. Blankenberg from the far point with a shot that was knocked down by Lohrei in front. Moved around behind the net. Lohrei able to spin away from Smith. Pass up the left side, but it'll be controlled by Geeky as he comes back into his own zone. Geeky now skating it across the ice.
They're just sitting there waiting for him at the red line.
Yeah, had to peel back again. Final 13 seconds to go in the period. Zadorov's pass up the middle. Missed Zacha. That's going to be an icing with 9.3 to go. And a defensive zone faceoff.
Nashville just stack it up in the middle of the ice in the neutral zone, and you know Geeky tries to go up the right side. He's got nothing. He runs into two white jerseys, turns it back. Now the Bruins were getting a line change. Then Zadorov tries to force one up the middle, goes down for icing.
So now you got to defend here for the last 9.3 seconds.
And turnovers, and it's been a little rough getting started, but you're only down one right now.
Novak wins the draw. Delgaizo got it to Forsberg for a shot. Geeky blocked that. Pasternak plays it off the boards and out of the zone, and that'll bring us to the end of the period. Geeky's trying to, oh, he's hurt. He is dragging that right leg behind him as he tries to make his way back to the bench. I hope. He limps up the tunnel. Not good. And we'll keep our eye on that. Nashville takes a 2-1 lead into the locker room at the end of the first 20 minutes here at TD Garden. And we'll be back with our first intermission coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile and get fiber-powered internet at home and unbeatable 5G reliability on the go. So whether you're playing a game at home,
yes, cool,
or attending one live, you can do more without spending more. Learn how to save at cox.com/internet. Cox Internet is connected to the premises via coaxial cable. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in the U.S. 2H 2023. Results may vary, not an endorsement. Other restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
First intermission here at TD Garden. It's the Nashville Predators with a 2-1 lead over the Bruins. And as part of our first intermission tonight, we're going to take a look back at the 17-game point streak for David Pastrnak. The longest such streak in the league this year ran from January 11th all the way up until this past Sunday when it was broken. 15 goals, 33 points in 17 games. Let's go back with some memories over the past month and a half. 10 to go in overtime. Lohrei down into the left wing corner. To Lindholm. Back to Lohrei, center of the blue line. 4 to go. Pastrnak tried to get it across. Score! It redirects past Bobrovsky. And the Bruins, with 1.2 to go in overtime, win it 4-3. Andrew Peak moving high slot. Takes a shot. Save made by Vasilevsky back in front, and Pastrnak blasts it home. Zacha fed it to him perfectly at the left circle. It's 4-0. Anderson faked the shot, now steps down the wall, takes the shot. Swayman makes the save. Rebound forced in behind. Lohrei laid it up the near side, and Geekie will work his way into the neutral ice. Finds Pastrnak down the right side. Scores! David Pastrnak rips it from the top of the right circle, and the Bruins have tied it at 2.
I think overall he's a shooter, right? So he doesn't need many opportunities. With David, it's just about, for him, it's about finding his spots on the ice.
Near corner, 13 to go. Giroux brings it to the top of the face-off circle. Shabbat back to Giroux, picked off by Pastrnak. Breakaway toward the empty net. He shoots and scores. Now moving up ice. Nechas try to play it into the center. Picked off. Here's Pastrnak. Scores! David Pastrnak with the empty netter with 2.3 to go. The Bruins are going to get a come-from-behind win here on home ice.
He wants to help the team win offensively. That's how he feels he helps the team in most cases. And so he takes a lot upon himself to make sure that he's producing at a high level, and that's what he's doing now. He's competitive. He's seeing the game very well. He's feeling good about himself again.
Angles with a headman pass along for Patra, and deep it goes. Patra along the end board. Centering pass. Pastrnak scores! Pastrnak coming right down the gut. Gets the feed and deposits it home, and the Bruins have a 2-1 lead. Lifted up into the air, glove down by Riley Smith, gets knocked down by Pastrnak. Puck stays in the zone. Patra to Pastrnak, and he scores! What a blast by Pastrnak! Off the face-off, Geekie's got the puck. Brings it out across his own blue line. Passes over to Pastrnak down the right side. He's going to shoot it into the empty net. And the hat trick for David Pastrnak makes it 6-3.
Definitely feel much better out there. Very confident, making plays, hang on to the puck when I have to, pretty much better out there. And we can see that.
Zacha wins it back to McAvoy, who winds and fires. Goes up off the back glass. Zacha's got it back at Pastrnak. One-timer got blocked. Pastrnak got it right back and scores! First shot was blocked, came right back onto his stick, and he beats Shesterkin and ties the game at 1. Walks it along the blue line. Pastrnak right circle. Got it across Lindholm. A one-timer. And they score! Taken out and cleared ahead by Lohrei. Pastrnak with the breakaway. He scores! Bruins counter punch right away and grab a 1-0 lead. Pastrnak just 29 seconds in.
I know my statistics are much better on breakaways to score goal than on shootout. And I don't know, maybe it's because you don't think that much because it's a fast game. All of a sudden, you have breakaway, you go to, you're skating to the net and you'll be like, okay, I'm going to do this, and you're going to do that.
Cave cuts off a rush back in the Toronto zone. then gives it away. Here's Pasternak. Left circle, moves in. Score! David Pasternak rings it off the pipe and in, and it's a 4-3 Bruins lead. Puck volleyed into the air, glove down by Malkin just outside the Pittsburgh blue line. Now regained by Boston back in their own zone. Pasternak trying to angle it behind the net. It hit the outside of the net. Bruins able to get it moving from there. Zacha gets one ahead to Pasternak, moving in behind the defense, and he scores! Just 1:32 into the first period, and Pasta's done it again! Here's Parker Wotherspoon up the right side, drops it off to Pasternak, trying to stick handle around Siplikov. He knocked the puck free, they throw it in front, and they score! Bit of a broken play, but the Bruins have cut it back within one. Pasternak's got it. And that is point number 800 in his career.
Definitely something that I would never think I can do, especially as a growing up player. I wasn't a shooter. I always was trying to set up people for goals. I had more fun with that. And then, as you come to NHL, sometimes you have to find yourself as a player. And that's the way it was with me. I all of a sudden I started scoring goals, and it is addicted.
A look back at David Pasternak's 17-game point streak, 33 points, including 15 goals during that span, the longest point streak in the league this season. He and the Bruins, though, trailing 2-1 as we count you down toward the second period. We'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray coming up next on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This next song goes out to Cox Mobile for letting me video call my dog while we're on tour. From San Diego to Boston, I said hi. You started barking. Cox Mobile's got the bars to keep us both howling.
We run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. So whether you're at a concert or on the road, you'll stay connected. Visit cox.com/mobile. Cox Internet required. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability per Ookla US 2H 2024. Other restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey folks, it's Brian from Norfolk Power. Contractors, get in now and build your custom equipment package. Norfolk Power is a leading destination for your attachment needs, including diamond mulching heads, Encon rotators, and Land Pride construction attachments with aggressive financing options. Want to look stylish? Pull that equipment package with the Max D trailer. Visit any of our Norfolk Power stores or text us at 508-384-0011. Norfolk Power, celebrating 50 years in business.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5 thesportshub.com.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston. 98.5 The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
NHL scoreboard. After one period, no score between Buffalo and San Jose. The Carolina Hurricanes, well, they have a 1-0 lead over Detroit after one period. It's the Lightning 2
Blue Jackets won, and, well, high-scoring first period between Philadelphia and Calgary as the Flames have a 4-2 lead. Winnipeg and the Islanders, no score midway through the first. Later on tonight, the Stars, they host the Devils, while the Colorado Avalanche host Pittsburgh, and then just two other games on the slate tonight. Anaheim, they travel to Edmonton, and the Minnesota Wild, they'll play in Seattle. The NFL franchise tag deadline has passed. The Ravens did not place the tag on tackle Ronnie Stanley. Chris Godwin also did not get the franchise tag in Tampa Bay. Sam Darnold will be a free agent. Some NBA news today. Mavericks guard Kyrie Irving, he is done for the season. He has a torn ACL. The team is considering also shutting down Anthony Davis. And the Celtics take on Portland tomorrow. Boston Bruins Authentics dropping game-used goal pucks for the February home games tomorrow, March 5th at 10 a.m. Eastern. You can shop a keepsake from your favorite moments this season. Shop the goal puck. Brad Marchand scored his 12th consecutive 20-goal season. Nikita Zadorov's 50th career goal and more. Head to BruinsAuthentics.com to sign up for the Bruins Authentics newsletter and be the first to hear about the latest product drops. I'm Joe Murray. Second period's next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This next song goes out to Cox Mobile for letting me video call my dog while we're on tour. From San Diego to Boston, I said hi. You started barking. Cox Mobile's got the bars to keep us both howling.
We run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. So whether you're at a concert or on the road, you'll stay connected. Visit cox.com/mobile. Cox Internet required. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability per Ookla US 2H 2024. Other restrictions apply.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Thumbtack presents the ins and outs of caring for your home. Out. Indecision, overthinking, second-guessing every choice you make. In. Plans and guides that make it easy to get home projects done. Out. Beige on beige on beige. In. Knowing what to do, when to do it, and who to hire. Start caring for your home with confidence. Download Thumbtack today.
WIC is a supplemental nutrition program that plays a crucial role in improving the health and well-being of children by providing families access to healthy foods, nutritional education, and other essential support services. WIC programs help improve the long-term health outcomes of mothers and children by ensuring all eligible families, regardless of immigration status, have access to cost-free nutrition resources they need to thrive. If you or someone you know could benefit from WIC, visit health.ri.gov/WIC or reach out to your local WIC office to learn more about eligibility and how to apply.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey folks, it's Brian from Norfolk Power, landscape and property management pros. Are you ready for the upcoming mowing season? Get in now for the best selection of Walker and Wright mowers. Or go electric this season with Mean Green. Norfolk Power is a leading destination for all your mower needs with aggressive financing options. Want to look stylish? Well, of course you do. Pull that equipment package with a Max D trailer. Visit any of our Norfolk Power stores or text us at 508-384-0011. Norfolk Power, celebrating 50 years in business.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Stamkos will push it back out toward his own blue line. Evangelista helped it out into neutral ice. Coyle knocked off balance, couldn't get it moving forward. Stamkos back the other way. O'Reilly scores from the left circle. The Predators on the rush, able to get numbers, and Ryan O'Reilly puts them up 2-1. 8:27 to go here in the first. 15th of the year for Ryan O'Reilly is the difference in this game. It's 2-1 Predators as we go to the second period. And TD Bank cardholders score special benefits here at TD Garden. From Pro Shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Bruins had the 1-0 lead, 4:25 into the first. Charlie Coyle from Elias Lindholm, the scoring there. Coyle's 15th of the year. Tommy Novak would score a minute 7 later, unassisted for Nashville, his 13th of the season. And then O'Reilly's goal puts them up by 1. And they take that lead here into the second period. Nashville out shooting Boston 14-5. The shot attempts were 30-13 in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, even some of the people up here on the press box level just kind of shaking their heads. Wow, that wasn't very good. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. Neutral zone bad and defensive zone poor for the Bruins in that period. Have trouble turn some pucks over. Overskating it. You know, the first goal was a turnover. Second goal is a 3-on-2 where they can't handle a puck at the blue line. It's kind of bouncing around a little bit. Just fought the puck that whole first period, it seemed like.
See how they respond here in the second as the puck comes deep into Boston territory. Down to our right. They'll go from right to left, will the Bruins, as Peak gets a hit along the far boards against Cole Smith. Helps loosen up the puck, but it's kept in the zone. Smith has it back now on that far left wing circle. Patra shadowing him as he goes down along the end wall. Angled off the boards, back to Del Gais over the left point. Backhanded deep again by Sissons. Peak gets a stick on that. Gets pulled away from it going into the corner, able to regain. Turns it back in behind the net, but under pressure. Gets knocked down, and trying to center a pass was Svechkov. Kick back toward the corner. Bruins will break it out. Kepke from the red line dumps it in. Saros went behind the net, couldn't slow it up. Del Gaiso reversed it back toward the near side for Shen. His pass out of the zone, directed ahead by Stamkos, but that's going to go for an icing with 1:04 gone in this second period.
Yeah, the good news is you're only down a goal. You know, you got the bad period out of your way. Now you pick it up and you get stronger as the game goes on. The goaltender made some good saves in that period, keeping it where it was. I mean, right off the bat, Svechkov had a chance right in between the hash marks.
Right.
You were showing me something there in between periods of where they got their scoring chances from, the Nashville Predators. And there's just this big shade right in front of the Bruins net.
A lot of shot attempts from right on the doorstep. Yeah. The puck gets through Zadorov and back into Boston territory here. Swayman will play it and shoot a pass all the way out to the red line for Geekie, but bounced away from him back toward his own zone. Geekie able to recover and get it back out under pressure. Shea for the Predators. Pass to O'Reilly, rink-wide pass, and it'll be carried back into the Boston zone by the defenseman Blankenberg. Wrapped around behind the Bruins net. Carlo a takeaway. Pasternak couldn't handle a pass coming out of the zone, directed right back deep by Shea. Raymond gives it to Carlo out of the far corner. Pasternak volleys it through the neutral zone. Bounced off the stick of Blankenberg. Chasing it down is Geekie. Geekie against Blankenberg along the end wall. Geekie gets knocked down, gets back up, gets the puck, and got it in front looking for Lindholm, but knocked away from him, and Marchessault will backhand it out off the far boards. Wotherspoon, quick up here for Lindholm. Right side, Merkulov with a shot, saved by Saros. The rebound was there for a moment.
That's a good transition there by the Bruins. Get going back up the other way quickly. Isolate that right wing side, and Merkulov gets the chance.
Merkulov with a backhand up the near boards. Marchessault knocked that on towards Stamkos, but can't get it cleared past Coyle. Coyle sends it back down low here. Merkulov off the near boards, back to the left point. Osterley a shot tipped by Lindholm. Near side boards, Coyle battling with Shea for possession and forced out of the zone. Now Lindholm and Shea swatting at it. Marchessault reaching for it, but it'll be taken by Osterley. 17:10 to go here in the second period. Bruins get it deep. They'll go for a change. Feature just on, comes into a forecheck. Marchessault tapped one for Forsberg. Rink wide pass, evaded Novak. Novak gets knocked down by Kastelik along the far wall. Predators trying to keep possession here, but Kastelik will take it. Over to Mason Laura. Blue line to blue line pass. Directed deep by Beecher. Far corner. Kastelik puts a shoulder on Englund. Biel got it back to Pete. Over to Lori. Left circle stepping in with a shot that went wide to the short side. Pete keeps it along the far side point. Lifts it back in deep. But Stastny there for Nashville. Off the near wall into neutral ice. Novak and Lorai right in front of the penalty box near side. Beecher now will drive one in wide of Saros from the neutral ice. Bellows gets the long pass across the ice and gets it into the Boston zone. Zadorov coming over the near side. Can't get it cleared. It'll be played back in deep. Stepping out toward the near corner, Jankowski. Fighting his way up the wall, but Patra got in his way. Bruins get the puck out. Patra steals one near the red line. Zadorov off the near side and find Kepke. It'll be Del Gaizo to come back. It's shoved by Patra, who wins the puck. Patra out of the left corner, throws one toward the side of the net. Brazo trying to get it out in front, forced in behind instead. Comes back toward his forehand, trying to bring it around the near post, but knocked away from him. Patra keeps it alive, back to the blue line, and gets it right back from Carlo. Patra toward the slot. Kepke, a turnaround shot, blocked by Del Gaizo.
A couple good battles, one down low that time, one by Patra in the corner.
Orov will skate back to retrieve here in the Boston zone.
No real grade A chances, but at least some zone time for that line. Trying to pick up some momentum here.
There's Zacha at center ice. Trying a right wing pass to Pasternak. Ricocheted into the zone. Pasta's got it. Out near the blue line. Backhands a pass through traffic to Wotherspoon. Over to Osterley, who's down in the right wing corner. Now Geekie in behind the Predators net. Plays it away from Blankenberg. Gets it right back from Osterley. Geekie toward Pasternak in the near corner. That was cut off by Evangelista, but Pasternak won it back. Wotherspoon over to Osterley. Right circle. Shot. Score! He threw it toward the net. It ricocheted off a leg and in. And the Bruins tie it at 2. Osterley will get credit for the goal.
Yeah, he's trying to make a pass from the right wing circle, and it's actually going to go off of a stick, I believe, of a Nashville Predator player down low. He's just looking for the pass. So a couple good shifts in a row for the Bruins. So like I said, trying to build on their game. Yeah, goes up the stick out high of the forward. Trying to see exactly who that was. Looked like it was Svechkov, who's trying to block the pass. Tips off him, and I don't believe anybody else. I don't believe Geekie got a piece of it. He was right in front. You got Saros moving from left to right, anticipating the pass getting all the way over, and it gets tipped back to his left pad.
So that's the first goal as a Bruin for Jordan Osterley, his 20th goal of his career. And the Bruins tie it up. Just over 5 minutes gone in this second period. Elias Lindholm right back deep. Works it back off the far wall. Peak with a shot. Ricocheted wide. Lindholm threw it out in front. A scramble as Saros went down. But the Predators able to clear it. They'll ice it. And a stoppage with 14:28 to go here in the second.
Building their game. I'm sure that there were a few things said in that intermission there in that locker room, whether it was the coaching staff or whether it was the guys that are in the lineup and wearing the letters here today, that's just, it's unacceptable. It's not good enough. It needs to be so much better. You know, we're still in this thing. If we believe what we're saying, and we're saying all the right things, if we believe what we're saying, then we need to go out and prove it. And that first period didn't look like it.
Well, you're playing a team that has the third worst record in the league.
Yeah, they beat Winnipeg.
I know. The fourth worst goal differential in the league at -48 coming into this one. As here's a pass that sends O'Reilly offside at the Boston blue line.
Boston's goal differential isn't a heck of a lot better. I mean, it is better,
yeah. But that's what, you know, you're down a goal. It's like, it's not the end of the world against a team like Nashville, but you got to get yourself going, and they have here in the early going of the second. Faceoff will be just outside the Nashville zone here. Stamkos back over at the bench, getting himself a new stick. Stamkos with the assist earlier tonight, ending his 13-game pointless streak, the longest by far of his career. He had never gone more than 5 games without a point in his career before this season. O'Reilly deep here for the Predators, behind the net. Evangelista wraps it up the far side. Englund threw one to the net, blocker stopped by Swayman into the far corner. Digging for it, Evangelista against Geekie, and Peak involved there as well. Geekie lost balance. It'll come back to Stastny coming toward the right circle. A shot. Blocker stops Swayman. Near corner. Lorai gets a stick to it. O'Reilly cut it off along the half wall, sent it across, and Stamkos scores from the left circle, the one-timer, and Nashville right back in front, 3-2.
Well, it's a good answer shift by Ryan O'Reilly's line here in the offensive zone. They get control of the puck, win a couple of battles, rotate it low to high, get a shot that's blocked away by Swayman. And O'Reilly wins a battle in the corner. He's got some black jerseys around him, but he's able to pull this puck free and zip it from the right wing boards all the way into the left wing circle. It's a nice, hard tape pass by O'Reilly, and it's just a one-timer, patented one-timer laser by Stamkos. Inside the dot.
Steven Stamkos with his 18th of the year. That is the 573rd goal of his career, 24th all time. His 2 points tonight, by the way, have moved him ahead of Bobby Hull into 56th place all time in the league. Puck comes wrapping around the near side of the Bruins defensive zone. Zadorov able to poke one free. Boyle going to drag it out into neutral ice, and from the red line dumps it in. Sergei Merkulov will play back into the corner, cut off by Marchessault. One timed out of his zone, all the way down into the Boston end. Swayman forced to play it. Marchessault couldn't stop it along the near side. They'll come back through the neutral ice. Merkulov and Patra at the attacking blue line, but Patra got pushed in across the line offside. So a stoppage here with 12:51 to go in the second. Bruins briefly tied it, but now trail 3-2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This next song goes out to Cox Mobile for letting me video call my dog while we're on tour. From San Diego to Boston, I said hi, you started barking. Cox Mobile's got the bars to keep us both howling.
We run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. So whether you're at a concert or on the road, you'll stay connected. Visit cox.com/mobile. Cox Internet required. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability per Ookla US 2H 2024. Other restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Parker Wotherspoon and David Pasternak assisting on Jordan Osterley's goal with those feeds. The Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck. Bruins, though, trailing 3-2, 12:51 to go in the second. Steven Stamkos answered that goal just a minute, 13 seconds later. Face-off coming up just outside the Nashville zone here. Before they lined up, Luke Schenn went back to the bench, having his skate looked at, it looks like. So Nick Blankenberg going to replace him. Blankenberg came into tonight as the only player on the active roster for Nashville this season who's a plus player in plus-minus. It's a +9 coming into the game. Jankowski lobs it out into neutral ice, and puck goes off of Viel and into the Bruins bench, and then he gets into a jousting match in front of the bench with McCarron after the whistle. The officials quick to separate the two of them.
Not many defensemen in the NHL you see listed at 5'9".
Talking
Blankenberg.
about Blankenberg.
Matt Grzelcyk was around there, right? Maybe a little taller, but not much.
Blankenberg took a shot in the jaw the other night from Rempe in the game against the Rangers. Some folks thought that Rempe might have earned himself another suspension. They deemed it not worthy of that. Up comes wrapping in behind Jeremy Swayman. Osterley in behind the net.
It's an amazing thing about Chara, right? I mean, he played against smaller guys all the time, everybody.
Yep. Here's McCarron moving in right circle. Peels off without taking a shot. Now throws one toward the net, blocked by Osterley. Biel will push it up ice.
But he didn't, never suspended. I mean, people in Montreal disagree with that, but I mean, that's kind of silly, but he never suspended. He kept, the arms were down all the time with him. For as physical as he was, I don't think he was ever suspended. He was never suspended as a Bruin.
Right. Well, that was it. As puck comes around behind the Nashville net here. That was the Rempe hit the other night would have been fine, but he puts his elbow up.
He doesn't know how to hit yet.
Right.
I mean, it's obvious. I mean, it's happened to him several times now, but I know he's trying, but he's not there yet.
Credit Andreas Englund, who came to Blankenberg's defense and took Rempe on in a fight.
He can handle himself.
Yep. There's Patra to the left circle for Brazo, and his pass was behind Koepke coming down the middle.
Patra's taking 2 big hits today. Popped right back up.
Lorai deep in the Boston zone, ridden to the wall by Smith in the corner. Able to pivot away from him. Comes in behind the net, but now pressured, and he and Smith get tangled again. O'Reilly reaching in with the stick, trying to pull that puck free. We've got 10:50 to go here in the second. Shen sent it over far side. Del Gaizo's shot rides up on Swayman, made the save. Out of the far circle, Smith sends it back down low. Zadorov got a piece of it, couldn't keep it away from Sissons. Now Del Gaizo, center blue line for Shea, just coming on from the bench. On to the left circle for Stamkos. Worked it back to Shea at the right point. Del Gaizo down low, sent one right through the slot untouched. Stamkos races over and gets there in time to keep it alive, but now his pass across the ice finds no one. Mason Lorai will push it up the near left wing. But the Bruins gone for a change. Center ice, Elias Lindholm finds the puck and gets it deep. Shea shoved by Lindholm. Del Gaizo at the back of his own net. Coyle able to win it, play it up the near side, but Evangelista takes away. He leads Shea out through the neutral zone. Shea from the top of the left circle shoots one wide to the short side of Swayman. Coyle sending one across ice. Carlo off the wall. Lindholm throws one toward the net. Blockered away and out of play off of Saros. 9:48 to go here in the second period. It's the Predators leading it 3-2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This next song goes out to Cox Mobile for letting me video call my dog while we're on tour. From San Diego to Boston, I said hi. You started barking. Cox Mobile's got the bars to keep us both howling.
We run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. So whether you're at a concert or on the road, you'll stay connected. Visit cox.com/mobile. Cox Internet required. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability per Ookla US 2H 2024. Other restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
And the Bruins are bringing you the best snow day ever. Tune in on Tuesday, March 11th as the Bruins and Panthers on-ice action is transformed into animation using NHL Edge data. Watch the same action happening on the ice, but in a whole new way for a one-of-a-kind game day viewing experience. Learn more at bostonbruins.com/best snow day ever. Bruins down 3-2, 9:48 to go here in the second, just past the midway point at TD Garden tonight. Face off in the offensive zone. Far circle down to our left here for Morgan Geekie. Wins it to Pasternak out of the corner. Wraps it around the near board. Zadorov waiting for it. Rockets one back into the far corner. And the ricochet comes right to Pasternak. Wheels and fires, but that's blocked and cleared by Jankowski. Andrew Peak bringing it toward the near side. Pass in the neutral ice, picked off by Marchessault. Steps in across the Boston line. Got it over to the far side for Forsberg. One-timer is sniffed out by Swayman.
That's a little unlucky for Peak because that actually hit the linesman. He's trying to go off the boards. He's got a man up the left wing side. He's right there. And it hits the linesman in the skate. So a little unlucky, but a good save there. Bailed out by Jeremy Swayman, and that shot from the left wing side on the one-timer by Forsberg.
Forsberg, the leading scorer for the Predators this year. 22 goals, 54 points.
Yeah, Peak, I mean, he uses his feet. He gets out of the zone. He's got Forsberg chasing him. He's trying to go off the wall with it, but the linesman tried to get out of the way, but it caught him in the skate.
Face-off win by Kastelik in the defensive zone. And then Carlo will bring it out toward his own blue line. Sends a right wing pass to Koepke. Into the Nashville zone he comes. All the way in behind the net. Puck on his backhand as he comes around the near circle. Turns and fires a forehand shot in on Saros. Puck jumped right up into the air and bounced down near circle. Cleared by Marchessault to the blue line. Koepke to Kastelik in the corner. Beecher at the back of the net. Off the far wall back to Carlo. Threw one through the slot, missed. Osterley right back in deep. Koepke in the far corner against Del Gaizo. Takes a hit to move the puck behind the net. Kastelik got it back to Osterley at the point. Over to Carlo. His shot gets blocked. Comes across ice to Osterley. Osterley runs it back around. Koepke in the right corner. It's taken down by Shen. Up on the stick of Forsberg. And he'll find some open ice and deal one up the right side. Novak down the circle against Osterley. Pivots out of the corner. Now Patra comes over and knocks that puck free. Osterley toward the end boards. Carlo had to keep it away from Bellows. He and Kastelik wrestling as they go toward the far wall. Kept in the zone and thrown to the net by Englund. Gloved by Swayman for the whistle.
Yeah, that last chance there, Koepke had it, but he also had Carlo. When he first came around the net, he had Carlo wide open coming in from the point. It wasn't his one-timer side, but if you see him, you make that pass to him. He's got the chance. As it turned out, and Koepke held on to it, went around Carlo, and eventually turned around and fired that puck at the net.
There'll be a defensive zone faceoff coming here for the Bruins. Lindholm stands in against O'Reilly. Brought into the corner by Evangelista. Predators look to get set up here on the attack. Englund from the center of the blue line throws one towards Swayman, and Jeremy gloves that one as well.
Fans, Avidia Bank is teaming up with Boston legend Patrice Bergeron again this season for Assist for Kids to donate $37,000 to help Metro West families pay for youth hockey. Get details now at avidiabank.com/Team Bergeron.
It's the 21st shot for Nashville on Jeremy Swayman in the first 32 minutes of this game. Bruins have 10 shots on goal down at the other end.
It's 1-1.
Here's Lindholm coming up the right side, moving toward the front, and knocked away by a sliding Stastny. Merkulov was the guy coming down the middle.
There's the high flip that catches the defenseman in and gives him the 2-on-1.
Stamkos trying to direct one deep into Boston territory. A little too much air under it. Sails up over the glass in the near corner.
So, you got a sliding Stastny there as the defenseman. I think Lindholm's trying to hold on to that puck and outweigh him so he can get it over to Merkulov. And it's the stick. It's the outstretched stick of Stastny that ends up getting a piece of this. He slides. He times his slide. And yes, Lindholm tried to saucer that puck over to him. Didn't get it over the stick.
Predators win the face-off. Blankenberg off the near wall to Bellows. Took past Lohrei. Peak burst it toward the near corner. Took the hit from McCarron to move it. Top of the circle. Poke checked ahead by Beecher. Trying to keep it moving through neutral ice against Shea. Blankenberg will throw it back toward the center circle. McCarron runs into Viel. On the near side boards, Jankowski trying to backhand one toward the slot here for the Predators. Comes out of the corner to McCarron. Takes a shot from the near face-off dot, but That one blocked off toward the far side. Lorai plays it out to the blue line, picked off by Svechkov, and he shoots it back into the far corner. Bellows near the hash marks far side. Bounced off his skate of his teammate Jankowski. And they lose it out of the zone. Right back in it comes. Peak reversed it past Svechkov along the near side. Shen races to it. Throws one toward the slot, but inadvertently blocked by his teammate Cole Smith. Pasternak moving up ice. Lost the puck coming through the neutral zone. Right back in come the Predators. Svechkov moving toward the slot. Lorai blocked his attempt. And Geekie heads the other way. Geekie waiting for help. Gives to Pasternak down the left circle. A backhand from a tough angle, and Saros able to squeeze that one.
It's hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you, and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Face-off will be in the defensive, or the Nashville defensive zone here. Zacha, Pasternak, and Geekie. And Pasternak, one of the assists on Osterley's goal. So now points in 18 of the last 19 for him. We chronicled that 17-game point streak during our first intermission. Zadorov with a shot that got blocked. Puck came through the slot. O'Reilly's got it and deals it up through the neutral zone. Evangelista got it into the middle. Stamkos left circle, shot it wide of the net. On the near boards, England battling for it, but Geekie will tap it free. Pasternak gives it back to him. Up the left side he comes. And in across the line. Pasternak. Rink wide pass. Carlo had to track it off the wall. At the back of the net, Zacha ran into Stastny. Pushed up the near side. And O'Reilly gives a long for Evangelista. Stamkos joining him on the rush. Puck sent deep into the corner. Reversed toward the near side from Carlo to Zadorov. His pass too far for Pasternak, who is at the end of his shift. Predators have it back in their own end. Blankenberg's pass redirected toward the Nashville bench. Sent the linesman jumping out of the way. Patra gives back to Kepke. Kepke from just inside the Nashville blue line. The shot sticked away by Saros. Here's Wotherspoon with a drive through traffic in front but wide. Osterley out of the far corner. Sent it around the boards. Took a funny hop, hit the back of the net. Patra in the near corner along with Brazo, but Predators will be able to get it out. Lifted high up into the air by Novak. 4:40 to go here in the second period. Bruins down 3-2. Blankenberg. McCarron dropped back to Shea. Now McCarron to Blankenberg, and will send a cross-ice pass toward Forsberg. Lost it outside the Boston blue line. Wotherspoon's pass tipped. Saros comes out to play it and hands off with Shea around the near boards. Wotherspoon able to put pressure on Marchessault, force a turnover. Lindholm moving toward the high slot with a shot, and Saros gloves it and hangs on. 4:11 to go, second period. Nashville leads by 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This next song goes out to Cox Mobile for letting me video call my dog while we're on tour. From San Diego to Boston, I said hi. You started barking. Cox Mobile's got the bars to keep us both howling.
We run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. So whether you're at a concert or on the road, you'll stay connected. Visit cox.com/mobile. Cox Internet required. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability per Ookla US 2H 2024. Other restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Order for Jennifer C. Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve? Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine? Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year? Oh, really? That's great. Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year? Yeah, you just said that. Did you say I just said that? Yeah, I'm cutting you off. I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
You manage your business, we'll manage your finances. With Navigant Credit Union's cash management services, you'll boost efficiency and enhance performance. From collections to disbursements, it's the expertise you didn't know you needed. Try Navigant Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
4:11 left here in the second period. Nashville up 3-2. Jersey, we were talking the other day. You threw out a trivia question about David Pasternak's streak and what the longest point streak in the league was. Wayne Gretzky with 51 is what we talked. I went and looked it up after the fact. There are 4 other streaks of 30 or more games.
Yeah, I bet you Gretzky and Lemieux have their names on a couple of them.
Gretzky's got three out of the top 4 all time. Mario's got the other. Yep. He's in second. And Matt Sundin is the only other guy who's ever gone 30 games with a point.
I wouldn't have known that one.
With the Quebec Nordiques, 92-93.
I mean, Gretzky in the 80s, those teams were just piling up numbers, and he was piling up numbers. Lemieux was just phenomenal.
And Mario, 46 games in the 89-90 season. But Gretzky went 51, 39, 30, and then he's got another 28-gamer to add on to that, too. All during his time at Edmonton.
Sundin, did you say it was with Quebec or Toronto?
It was with Quebec.
Okay.
92-93 with the Nordiques.
I think that was the year that the Bruins had 73 shots on Ron Tugnutt.
Yeah.
I think it was that season, and because Sundin was playing for the Nordiques at that time. Ray Bourque had 19 of the 73 shots.
That is such an incredible number.
Yeah,
both of them, 73 and 19 for one person.
I was glad I got one shot in that game. I didn't want to be the only guy without a shot. We did have one player that did not have a shot. But everybody else had at least one. And Ray had 19.
Wow.
Got a penalty for hooking here.
3:39 to go here in the second period. See the Bruins with a power play chance and a chance to tie this game up.
They didn't do much with their first power play, so opportunity here with Stamkos going to the box.
It's only the second penalty of this game, both of them against Nashville.
Not very happy about it. But say you got the hands of Koepke. Hasn't been any real need for penalties. There's been a couple close high sticks, but they haven't really been.
Soft win here in the offensive zone. Lohrei will get it to Pasternak, and his pass disrupted, forced out of the zone. Lohrei will retreat back down to our right to get the puck. Skates it out through the neutral zone, going to carry right in and wrap it around the far boards. Geeky toward the corner against Shea. Up move for Lohrei, who's down low. Lohrei coming behind the Predators' net to Elias Lindholm in the near corner. Back toward Lohrei. Pivots off the wall, sends it back to Pasternak, center of the blue line. Over to the right circle for Geeky to Lindholm in the slot. His shot blocked, and it'll be cleared up and out of play by Blankenberg into the bench. So face-off will come back in the Nashville zone.
It was an interesting setup for the Bruins power play. I mean, Lohrei down below the goal line. But they work it out, and he makes a nice little move to get this puck out to the point. Pasternak into the right wing circle, and then quickly into the middle there to Lindholm, who has to turn his body to get the shot away, and ends up hitting a skate before it gets through.
After face-off, Lindholm pulled it back, but it's taken away, and Smith will push it down into the Boston zone. Minute 10 to go on this penalty to Stamkos. Lohrei moving out toward his own blue line, drops one through Smith, back to Pasternak. Pasternak gains the attacking blue line to Zacha. Zacha played it deep to Lindholm, sends it back around the near side. Geeky pulls it off the wall. Smith gets a stick in there. Puck came free to the circle. Lindholm able to pull it away from Stastny, but Saros gets it out from in front of the net and helps the Predators clear the puck. Now Geeky Oh, he had Pasternak free and clear to the net as the Predators went for a change, couldn't get it to him. Jankowski back the other way with a shorthanded chance, turned aside by Swayman.
Ended up being a 2-on-1. Yeah, that pass, hard pass from Jeremy Swayman while the Predators were getting that line change. And all Geeky wants to do is just redirect this into the middle of the ice for Pasternak, who's flying. He's only, a 7-8 foot pass, and he's gone because the Predators can't catch him coming off the bench.
Pasternak to Merkulov, moving in left circle, a shot just wide of the long side post, thrown back in front by Coyle. And that one blocked, pushed out toward the blue line, and it'll be dragged out of the zone by Svechkov. Final seconds of the power play will tick off. Stamkos comes out of the box. Minute 35 to go here in the second. Bruins now 0 for 2 with a man advantage. And Brazo had it stolen by Sissons, thrown to the net. Swayman hangs on to that. Not sure that would have counted either way. Looked like it might have been brought back in offside, but
no, that pass, I mean, it's there, and Geeky's trying to do the right thing, but he actually puts it behind Pasternak instead of just tipping it out in front of him. He's got to get a piece of it, otherwise it's going for icing. So you get a piece of it, you're just chipping it into the middle. You can't stop it because Pasternak's flying, and you've got to get it to him right away. If you stop it, it's going to put everything offside.
Pasta is dragging that back leg to try and stay onside. Dorov along the far boards, taken away by Forsberg. It'll come across near side to Stastny from the right circle shot. Swayman makes the save, no rebound, as O'Reilly was sniffing around the near post.
Ryan O'Reilly, he's real so well respected around the league. He had one season where he won the Lady Byng, right? He had played every game. He had 2 penalty minutes. 1 penalty the entire season. And it was for playing with a broken stick.
Look back through his career. 2 penalty minutes twice in a season in his career.
And how many games? I think one of the years it was full.
80 and 81.
Oh, okay. They both were.
Yeah. Stastny with a long shot goes wide of Swayman's glove. Into the far corner, back behind the net.
I think he had a fight this year, did he not? I believe he did. I'm going to double check that, but
Doyle will send around behind the net. Zadorov off the wall. Comes in with 11 penalties.
He's got 11 pins.
Yeah,
I think he had a fight this year.
Got a major mixed in there somewhere. Carlo lifts one off the glass and comes bouncing down into Nashville territory. 40 seconds to go in the period. Forsberg up the near side. O'Reilly directs it into the Boston zone. Smith moving in right circle. Blocker saved by Swayman. Rebound cleared, and Kastelik along the left wing side, battling his way down the wall. Blankenship regains for the Predators. Smith will chip it around Osterley and into the near corner. Wotherspoon and hold off Jankowski with 15 to go in the period. On the near side boards, here's Cole Koepke. Brings it back through neutral ice. Final 6 seconds. Koepke played it down the far wing. Kastelik takes a look at the clock, sends the puck behind the net, looking for Brazo. And Brazo trying to get it in front, but they run out of time. And that brings us to the end of the second period. So the Bruins very briefly had the game tied, but Steven Stamkos gives Nashville the lead 3-2 as we head toward the third. And we will head toward our second intermission coming your way next from TD Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This next song goes out to Cox Mobile for letting me video call my dog while we're on tour. From San Diego to Boston, I said hi. You started barking. Cox Mobile's got the bars to keep us both howling.
We run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. So whether you're at a concert or on the road, you'll stay connected. Visit cox.com/mobile. Cox Internet required. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability per Ookla US 2H 2024. Other restrictions apply.
Ready to prioritize yourself in the new year? Your skin is a great place to start. Dime Beauty, founded by a master esthetician, is more than just a skincare company. With 4 skin-conscious categories, skincare, beauty, body care, and fragrance, Dime offers simple, spa-worthy products that will help you enter 2025 with confidence. Whether you're revitalizing your regimen with nourishing products or building one from scratch, Dime makes it easy. The Work System, our all-in-one best-selling routine, includes a cleanser of your choice, toners, serums, and moisturizers, taking the guesswork out of skincare for your healthiest, happiest skin yet. Dime's commitment to clean ingredients and sustainable packaging ensures every product is as gentle on your skin as it is on the planet. With thousands of glowing 5-star reviews and a loyal community, the results speak for themselves. Revive your skin and give yourself the routine refresh you deserve by visiting dimebeautyco.com. That's dimebeautyco.com. Your best skin awaits.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are seeing green for St. Patty's Day with the classic Mint Oreo Blizzard treat. Grab yours today at DQ, only at participating locations. Happy tastes good.
Who's scoring big in the NBA this season? You are, with all the new ways to get in on the action at the DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. From monster slams to dishing the rock to clearing the glass, get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. And here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Take it to the rack with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SPORTSHUB. That's code SPORTSHUB for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Hope is here. 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Wotherspoon over to Osterley, right circle, shot, score! He threw it toward the net, it ricocheted off a leg and in, and the Bruins tie it at 2. Osterley will get credit for the goal. Jordan Osterley's first goal as a Bruin. Our amazing play presented by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design, build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions. Back alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston here at TD Garden. It's a 3-2 Nashville lead at the end of 2 periods. The Predators have outshot the Bruins 23-13 so far in the first 40 minutes. Not what this is not what I guess we were looking for coming into this one, particularly that first period. It was a bit of a slog for the Bruins. A little better in the second, but still trailing by 1 headed to the third.
It was better in the second. You still gave up a little breakaway there towards the end of the period. You gave up a 2-on-1 shorthanded after you had an opportunity for a breakaway at the other end. Just didn't execute it the way that you hoped to. But there certainly was more jump, more energy, less in the way of turning pucks over like they did in the first period. The first period was just, it was a bad period, especially on the defensive side of things, even in the offensive end, but especially in the neutral zone defensive side of things. I thought they cleaned some of that up. They established a forecheck early. They had a couple good shifts before the Osterley goal. Yes, it was a good bounce. And, you get some puck luck in that situation where it goes off the stick of Svechkov on an attempted pass and past Saros. But, you give up the goal just over a minute later. And that's happened far too much this year. And, it's a good play by Ryan O'Reilly. He wins a battle along the wall. And he zips that pass from the right wing side all the way to the wall on the right wing side over to the left wing circle. And Steven Stamkos is inside the dot, and he just lasers one, past inside the dot, even with the dot, but inside of it. And Swayman just can't get there in time. So, it's a battle loss, and it's just over a minute after the goal was scored by the Bruins. You got all this momentum in the building. It's tied up at 2. You can feel good about the way that you're playing, the way that you started the period, some of the things that you started to do, and all of a sudden you're down 3-2 again.
Well, it's happened twice tonight. I mean, but the first goal that the Bruins scored, Charlie Coyle's goal in the first period, Novak scored, I think it was 1:07 later, and Stamkos' goal comes a minute 13 after Osterley's goal.
So twice here today.
Yeah.
It's just... those are tough. I mean, you get a little bit of momentum. You need to build on the momentum. You need to build your game. And like I say, you start to feel good about yourself. The bench gets up, it gets a little livelier, and all of a sudden the puck's in the back of the net. So those are tough ones to swallow. And now you go right back to square one. Now you're trailing again here in the second period, but still, so same situation as you were going into the second, right? You're down 1 goal, so one shot away. You haven't played your best hockey yet. If you can come out and play a good period, you win a period, you get a chance to win a game, right? And that's, right. Give yourself a chance here. It's by playing to your level of expectation, as opposed to, I'd hate to think that they look at the standing and say, oh, we should be able to get 2 points tonight, because they're not much higher. I mean, it's been a bad season for Nashville, no question about it. But the Bruins, haven't lived up to their expectations either in their own heads. I mean, they talk about it all the time.
Well, let me ask you about it. We talked with Joe Sacco this morning about, listen, you're missing Marchand now for week to week is what he told us this morning. McAvoy's been out for a little while now. How much does that affect the team, losing 2 captains at the same time for potentially an extended period of time, and trying to fill the leadership void in the locker room, on the bench, and practice?
Well, I think it hurts. I mean, I do. I don't think it's, you can say it's up to other guys to step up, and that's true. That's very true. But at the same time, you've got a guy that brings you into the fight virtually every night in Marchand. It's just the way he's wired. It's the way he plays. There might be a night here and a night there where he's not able to do that, but he can get you fired up a little bit. And, that first period, I mean, I could have seen him doing something. I could have seen McAvoy running somebody. I could have seen, Marchand doing something, just to get the guys fired up a little bit and realize that, wow, this is not good enough. Now, what was said in between periods, I'm sure that they had a little heart-to-heart in between periods about, well, this is unacceptable. We need to be way better than we played in there in this first period. But yeah, when you miss guys like that, you can keep your head above water for a little while, but eventually, usually, unless you're insulated with a lot of players around you, it catches up to you. Right. And the Bruins just don't have that depth right now, in terms of guys that would insulate if you lose a top player here and there. Other teams might have that ability. I don't think the Bruins are there yet, not this year, anyhow.
Well, we'll see if they can find it in the third period. They trail at 3-2 here to Nashville at the end of 2 here at TD Garden. Time now for our Music of the Game, brought to you by Live Nation.
You got that power over me.
Dermot Kennedy presents Mishnach, a festival of Irish music and culture at TD Garden, March 19th. Get your tickets now at livenation.com. Joe Murray gives us Sports Hub headlines coming up next on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This next song goes out to Cox Mobile for letting me video call my dog while we're on tour. From San Diego to Boston, I said hi. You started barking. Cox Mobile's got the bars to keep us both howling.
We run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. So whether you're at a concert or on the road, you'll stay connected. Visit cox.com/mobile. Cox Internet required. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability per Ookla US 2H 2024. Other restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out, so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Leprechaun Lemonade is back at Raising Cane's for a limited time. Enjoy the same lemonade you love, just made green to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. So raise a glass to chicken fingers and toast to, well, toast. Happy St. Patrick's Day from Raising Cane's. One love.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/aware. for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
NHL scoreboard after two periods. Sharks lead Buffalo 2-1. The Hurricanes have a 2-0 lead over Detroit. It's the Lightning 4, Blue Jackets 2, and the Flames all over the Flyers 5-2. Halfway through the second period, Islanders lead the Jets 2-1, and after one, Dallas leads the Devils 1-0. Later on tonight, Colorado hosts Pittsburgh. Edmonton, they host Anaheim, and the Wild, they head to Seattle. The NFL franchise tag deadline has passed. The Ravens did not place the tag on tackle Ronnie Stanley. Chris Godwin also did not, and Sam Darnold will be a free agent. Some NBA news today. The Mavericks and guard Kyrie Irving done for the season with a torn ACL. The team is also considering shutting down Anthony Davis. And the Celtics, they take on Portland tomorrow. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum listed as questionable. The Boston Bruins are bringing you the best snow day ever. Tune in Tuesday, March 11th, as the Bruins and Panthers on ice action is transformed into animation using NHL Edge data. Watch the same action happening on the ice, but in a whole new way for a one-of-a-kind game day viewing experience. Learn more at bostonbruins.com/best snow day ever. Headlines, they are brought to you by Valvoline. It's an oil change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit knowingandoilchange.com for 15% off your next drive-through oil change. At Valvoline, it's an oil change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. The third period is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super-sized laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
Ready to prioritize yourself in the new year? Your skin is a great place to start. Dime Beauty, founded by a master esthetician, is more than just a skincare company. With 4 skin-conscious categories, skincare, beauty, body care, and fragrance, Dime offers simple, spa-worthy products that will help you enter 2025 with confidence. Whether you're revitalizing your regimen with nourishing products or building one from scratch, Dime makes it easy. The Work System, our all-in-one best-selling routine, includes a cleanser of your choice, toners, serums, and moisturizers, taking the guesswork out of skincare for your healthiest, happiest skin yet. Dime's commitment to clean ingredients and sustainable packaging ensures every product is as gentle on your skin as it is on the planet. With thousands of glowing 5-star reviews and a loyal community, the results speak for themselves. Revive your skin and give yourself the routine refresh you deserve by visiting dimebeautyco.com. That's dimebeautyco.com. Your best skin awaits.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So, I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote.com. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
This is the story of the one. He's responsible for keeping a leading healthcare facility clean and safe. And he trusts Grainger's high-quality HVAC cleaning and safety products, combined with their world-class supply chain, to consistently deliver, ensuring he's covered inside and out. so he can focus on keeping his facility clean to help protect the health of everyone inside. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins radio network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. The Media Group station. This is a black and gold flashback.
In front, here's Krejci, and he scores. David Krejci buried that one in the slot as he goes high glove on Thomas. Loose puck to Krejci. Wrist shot. Score! Off the post and in for David Krejci. And a 3-0 lead for the Bruins late in the second. Boys in the high slot. Ginla knocked him off the puck. Now Lucic to Krejci at the red line for the empty netter, and the hat trick, and he's got it. David Krejci, the empty net goal, and his third career hat trick. It's 4-1 Bruins.
Tonight's black and gold flashback, taking us back to this date in 2014. David Krejci's third career regular season hat trick. Bruins defeated the Florida Panthers by a final of 4-1 here at TD Garden. Jarome Iginla had the other goal in that one for the Bruins. As we get ready to start the third period, it's the Nashville Predators with a 3-2 lead here at TD Garden. Charlie Coyle, Jordan Osterley, the goal scorers for the Bruins. Tommy Novak, Ryan O'Reilly, and Steven Stamkos on the board for Nashville, who has a 23-13 edge in shots through two periods. They had a 14-5 edge in the first, 9-8 in the second. Bruins have had the only two power plays in this game, have come up empty on the man advantage.
Yeah, they haven't been stellar power plays here in this game. And they had one decent look, but it didn't even result in a shot.
We'll go from left to right to start this third period. Patra, Koepke, and Brazo up front with Osterley and Wotherspoon. Patra, second effort to get the puck over to Koepke, carrying it toward the Nashville zone, but got it knocked away. Back toward Boston territory. Wotherspoon with a step on Svechkov. Around the near boards to Brazo. Into the middle. This is Wotherspoon. Dumps it in from the red line. Off the back glass. It'll come around near side. Reverse back around toward the far corner. Wotherspoon gets there first. Down low for Patra. Trying to get it in front. Tipped up into the air. Brazo gloves it down. Back to Wotherspoon for a drive, and that's blocked. And swiveling it out of the zone, Svechkov. Race up ice, and able to beat the icing was Cole Smith, but couldn't get to the puck. It was Wotherspoon, and he went crashing into the end wall. Zaka pushed back toward the Boston zone. Osterley finds him coming out across the blue line. Now Peak had to stop to get possession of the puck along the near wall against O'Reilly. Battle with two aside. Zaka will come free with the puck. Over to Lohrei. His pass tipped on into the Nashville zone by Pasternak. In the near corner. Off of Zaka. Came to Evangelista. And he'll play it back into the neutral ice. And Shea dumps into the Boston zone and heads off in a chain. Peak from the near faceoff circle. Charlie Coyle near the red line. Played it through England, but now he's back out of the Nashville zone by Stastny. Here's Novak coming up the near left wing side for the Predators. Tried to dump it around the boards and hit the referee. Far wall. Stastny keeps it deep. Carlo picks that one off. Finds Charlie Coyle. Played into the middle. Zadorov picks it up on the run. His pass on the right side for Lindholm. Throws a long shot in on Saros, who sticked it up off the back glass. Far corner. Coyle against Stastny battle. Coyle reaching for it with a stick. It came free to Englund instead. Angled off the back of the net. Englund will play it around the near boards. And it's kept alive by Zadorov, but then he overskated. And it's cleared by Forsberg. But that's going to be an icing as it got through Marchessault.
As Wellpoint is proud to honor our hometown heroes all season long. This week they're honoring Lieutenant Sandy Picard from the Lawrence Police Department and her therapy dog Ollie, who brings smiles to those who need it most. To nominate someone making a difference in your community, visit 985thesportshub.com/heroes today.
Wolfgang coming out to deal with a loose pane of glass.
That spot's always loose, isn't it?
It feels
happens
like
a lot.
Yeah, it's the end down where the Bruins defend twice. So on the end wall, there's loose stanchion there. They work on that. Bruins will be back here after a couple of games on the road. Again, they'll be in Carolina on Thursday night, take on the Hurricanes, and then at Tampa on Saturday. Next home game here on Causeway will be next Tuesday, and it will be the Florida Panthers coming to town. 7 o'clock face-off. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets and lock in your seats for that one. Quick repair. We've got it ready to go. And the face-off will be inside the Nashville zone here. 2:11 gone in the third period. The Bruins down by 1. Face-off to the right of Saros. Pasternak taking the draw here. Brought around behind the Nashville net. Forsberg will play it into the neutral ice. Couldn't hit Novak coming through. Zaka wheels it back off to the far left wing side, and Geeky will play it in behind Saros. Zaka wrestling back there with Stastny. Puck will come out into the neutral zone, and it's backhanded by Pasternak. Over to Geeky. Back across to the near side for Osterley. Osterley leaves it the neutral ice for Pasternak, who picks it up on the run. It's tripped up coming into the attack zone. Crowd looking for a penalty. The arms stay down. Back into Boston territory, and Swayman plays it away from his crease. Long pass up the left side by Pete. Got picked off by Shen. Jankowski brings back into the Boston zone. Runs out of room coming toward the slot as Wotherspoon angled him off the puck. Geeky will bring back toward the red line, and he'll dump it into the far corner. Saros made a play out of his crease to try to get to that, and then wisely backed up. Now Gaizo, the pass into the neutral zone. Karen will sweep into the Boston zone to Peak over to Lohrei. His pass intercepted along the far side by Cole Smith. Lohrei knocks Smith down in pursuit of that puck. Kastelik trying to work it back the other way. He winds up on the seat of his pants right inside the Nashville zone. Colton Sissons will drop it back. Predators clear it out into the neutral ice. Carlo able to hold Svechkov at bay. Yell nearly had a takeaway inside the line. Instead, here's Svechkov into the Boston zone. Forced wide of the net by Carlo. Near corner, and Patra wins the puck back. Through the neutral ice, lobs it down into Nashville territory. Kepke reaching around England, can't get his stick to it. Volleyed back into the neutral zone. Carlo knocks down Svechkov as he reached up to try to glove that puck down. Patra brings back in across the line. Brazo sends it off the end boards around to the far side toward Kepke, who put it off the outside of the net. And O'Reilly will work his way back ahead for the Predators. From behind the Bruins net, O'Reilly gets it right back from Stamkos. Puck bounding around there. O'Reilly pass redirected in front, comes to Kepke. And Kepke will send it up the right side for Osterley. Bruins changing as Osterley will just softly send it down the wall. Lindholm gets in deep on the forecheck against England. Boyle involved there as well. Able to knock it free. Lohrei to the far face-off circle. Threw one toward the net. Saros made sure that one wasn't going anywhere. Angelista out near the red line for Nashville. O'Reilly will back it up for Del Gaizo. 5:05 gone here in the third period. Nashville with a 3-2 lead. Andrew Peak gives to Lohrei. Pass up the right side. Zaka tracks it into the Nashville zone. Drops one off the Geeky. Sent it across far side. Pasternak was at the dot at the ready, but the pass was off the mark. He had to settle it.
Yeah, I wasn't able to one-time it.
Lohrei from the left circle sends one all the way across. Zaka had to settle that one. And it's Pasternak to Zaka. Send it across. Geeky scores! Geeky standing inside the face-off circle. One times it in, and the Bruins have tied it at 3.
That's Geeky's first shot of the game, and he had one chance with Pastrnak. He wasn't able to get it settled in time to get a really good scoring chance away. But then Lohrei moves this puck wide over to Zacha. Zacha eventually is going to get this puck back. And you've got 3 Nashville Predators just puck watching going at him over in the right wing circle. I mean, 1, 2, 3 guys watching him. And Geekie is just wide open. Just a poor breakdown by the Preds in their D zone, and finally the Bruins make them pay. Now, the next minute or two, what's it look like? Because you've allowed Nashville to score twice when you've gotten this game. You scored the first goal of the game, and then when you made it 3-2, you allowed Nashville to score goals just over a minute later.
Career high 20th of the season for Morgan Geekie. At 17 last year for his then career high. Predators get right back in here. Jankowski centering pass. He had Bellows coming down the middle, but it was denied. Zadorov in the far corner will lob one through the neutral zone. Bouncing puck comes in on Saros, forced to play it. So no icing. Bellows takes a big hit from Viel, but got it into the Boston zone. Sent right back out. Kastelik from the red line will chip it into the Nashville end. 13:40 to go in what is now a tie hockey game. Jankowski redirects a McCarron pass in around Jeremy Swayman. Near side circle, Osterley walks his way out toward the red line and sends it in. Englund pushed it behind the net to Stastny around the far boards. Wotherspoon pinching down the wall, able to keep that puck tangled up. Sissons will pull it free. Koepke putting pressure on him, but the Predators do get it cleared. Wotherspoon backs it up to Osterley. Gazzo will help one back into the Predator zone. Saros sticks it along into the far corner. Outlet pass comes to Sissons through the neutral ice. It'll go across the ice and in across the line. Svechkov, Pete, and Patra combine to win that puck back. Charlie Coyle lifting one off the glass out into the neutral ice. Batted with a backhand glove by Patra to move it forward. He's headed off on a change. Swayman off the dump in. Will give it back to Peak in the near corner. Up ice it comes to Charlie Coyle from the red line, dumps it in wide of Saros, who watches it go as Merkulov will get it off the near boards to Carlo at the point. Back deep, Shen gets a stick on it, but Elias Lindholm there to take it back. He runs into Evangelista with both guys going down. Coyle will keep it moving in deep. Around the far side, Zadorov. Back deep again to Coyle. In the corner against O'Reilly. Back to Zadorov again at the left point. And knocked away and out of the zone by Stamkos. Shoved ahead by O'Reilly as both teams get some changes on with 12 minutes to go. And in Carlo from the red line. Dumps into the left wing corner. McCarron reversed it toward Blankenberg. Couldn't get it past the forecheck of Pastrnak. The Predators will maintain possession. Shea volleys one ahead. Gloved down and brought in across the line by Forsberg. Pivots away from Pastrnak. Forsberg toward the slot, and they score. Marchessault gets the feed from McCarron and deposits it into the net, and the Predators are back in front 4-3.
How much time in between those two goals, Ryan?
A little longer, but not much.
Forsberg makes something happen here. Makes a couple of nice moves in this left wing circle. And he's going to draw 2 Bruins to him and then send it down low for McCarron. And McCarron with the quick backhand pass across the top of the crease to Marchessault, who's there. But you had two Bruins chasing Forsberg into the left wing circle to the right of Swayman out near the dot, and he filters that pass right through to McCarron, and then McCarron makes a nice little feed over to Marchessault, who's open. And a quick 2-on-1 and formed in front of the net.
My math is correct. It's 2 minutes and 53 seconds that the game was tied that time. So third time tonight the Predators have scored in less than 3 minutes after a Bruins goal. Twice it was just over a minute. And they are back in front by 1 with 11:14 to go. Puck deep in the Boston zone down to our left. Lohrei gives it to Koepke on that far circle. Wheels into some open ice. Wheels near side for Peak ahead to Patra and skates in across the line looking for A pass across the ice for Loride. Hit a leg. Went down low to Koepke. Brazo near the side of the net. It shoved toward the end wall. Peak at the hash marks to keep it in, but his pass gets picked off by Shea. Shea going to skate it up through the neutral ice and dump it in, allow the Preds to change. Loride rims it around the near side for Pete. Into the neutral ice. Gave away. Evangelista gloves it onto his stick. Gives it off right side. Stamkos in front. And O'Reilly redirects that one in out of midair. And the Predators strike two in a hurry, and they have a 5-3 lead.
3 points each for O'Reilly and Stamkos. This puck turned over in the neutral zone as the Bruins try to move it up the ice and right back the other way on the odd man rush. It's just transition. You try to flip the puck in the neutral zone. It gets knocked down. Evangelista moves it over to the right wing to Stamkos. Stamkos moves it to Ryan O'Reilly, who's going to the net. And Ryan O'Reilly, that's a nice saucer pass. O'Reilly picks it right out of the air past the blocker side of Swayman.
His second goal of the night gives him 16 on the year. And a 2-goal deficit now with 10.5 minutes to go. England dumps one in. Swayman will wrap it around the far side. Marchessault picked it off the wall and threw one in front. Took the shade off of McCarron toward the near side. Carlo hands off over here for Zadorov. Angles one up the right wing side for Coyle, and into the Predator zone it goes, but Stastny with the takeaway. Wrapped back around the near side. It comes all the way through the neutral ice, and Carlo back ahead of McCarron. Zadorov looking up ice. Bruins initiated a change. Carlo toward the red line is Zacha just on. Deep it goes. Saros out of the net, stops it. Near corner, Del Gaizo took a big hit and went down from Geekie. Pasternak trying to get it to Geekie, cutting to the front of the net, but Luke Shen got his skate away. Pasternak to Zacha in the near corner. Loose puck in the slot. Here's Pasternak with a drive, and that one hit the leg of Novak and went wide. Up near the blue line. They get it back to Pasternak. Near circle shot blocked by Del Gaizo, who's down on one knee. Pushed out of the zone by Bellows. Novak gets it into Boston territory and sends it around behind Swayman. Keeps it moving for Wotherspoon. 9:04 to go. Bruins trail 5-3. Geekie. Just onside was Patra. The puck turned over behind the net. Bellows up the left side to Smith. Peak holding off Svechkov. Keeps the puck free to Loride. Loride through the neutral ice finds Patra. Back to the left side for Koepke. A shot. Glove saved by Saros. And no rebound. 8:37 to go in regulation. And the Predators have a 2-goal lead. 5-3 our score on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
This next song goes out to Cox Mobile for letting me video call my dog while we're on tour. From San Diego to Boston, I said hi. You started barking. Cox Mobile's got the bars to keep us both howling.
We run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. So whether you're at a concert or on the road, you'll stay connected. Visit cox.com/mobile. Cox Internet required. Cox Mobile runs on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability per Ookla US 2H 2024. Other restrictions apply.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
8:37 left. Nashville with a 5-3 lead. 3 goals scored in this third period in a stretch of just under 4 minutes. Morgan Geekie tied it from Zacha and Pasternak at 5:35. That's Pasta's second assist of the night. And then it was Jonathan Marchessault with his 19th of the season from McCarron and Forsberg at 8:28. And a minute 3 later, Nashville scores again. O'Reilly with his second goal of the night from Stamkos and Evangelista at 9:31. Nashville has a 2-goal cushion with 8:37 left. Face off in the offensive zone here for the Bruins. They've been outshot 26-16. But cleared out through Marchessault, and that's going to be an icing here against Nashville.
Man, it's hockey season's the perfect time to replace your old boiler with a new Peerless boiler. Don't wait until you have no heat. Go to peerlessboilers.com for a dealer near you. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
So with 2 assists tonight, Pasternak now with 77 points in 63 games on the year. 45 assists to go along with 32 goals. It's now 35 points in the last 19 games. Was able to keep one into the blue line here. Zacha tried to one-time it across the ice for Geekie, but it was picked off. Forsberg stood up by Pete coming into the zone. Marchessault on the far boards. Lost it to Lohrei. Geekie will carry it up ice. Gains the blue line. Comes down the right wing circle. Shea rides him right into the end wall. Blankenberg wrapped it around the far boards. Lohrei kept it in. Now Zacha at the blue line. Hands off for Pasternak. Moving toward the high slot. Tried to give it left side, but Geekie was waiting for a one-timer. Instead, it was forced in behind the net. Back to Lohrei stepping in for a shot and a stick save. Here's Zacha, right circle, open for a shot, but that one blocked by McCarron, who's hurting. Puck came out of the zone. Lohrei got tangled with Stamkos. Predators have it back in their own end with 7:34 to go. O'Reilly touched a pass along to Stamkos. O'Reilly got it back to Stamkos along the left side. Around the far side, it'll go to Stastny. He gave it away. Zadorov pressing up ice, trying to keep that puck moving through the neutral zone, but knocked off his stick. Evangelista back into the Boston zone with it. Wraps it deep. Off of Stamkos to O'Reilly near the side of the net. Couldn't get it to settle down. Evangelista got it back to Stastny at the center of the blue line. He shot wide. O'Reilly at the side of the net, handing for Stamkos, but picked off by Zadorov. Angles it out of the zone, out of the reach of Merkulov. Back in by Stastny. Carlo at the far side, hash marks here for Boston. Parker Wotherspoon in the near circle. Back to Carlo. Pass up ice. Tipped deep by Kepke. Clock down to 6:35 to go. Novak lifting one up into the air, bouncing puck. Brazo couldn't keep it alive. Kepke will dump it back in. Brazo giving chase along that left wing side as the puck comes wrapping his direction. Matra in there as well for Boston. Ian Bellows getting locked up, spinning around. Kepke shoves Novak. Puck comes out of the zone, and Jankowski will play it softly into Boston territory. Carlo took the hit to move around, move the puck all the way around the near side. It'll come out, but right back over to the Predators. Off a dump in, Swayman to Jordan Osterley. His first goal in a Bruins uniform earlier tonight. Off a giveaway, Sissons threw one in front. Pasternak, a backhand one out. And Zacha skates toward the Nashville zone. Brings it along the near boards, drops it back to Pete. Now Lohrei, center of the blue line. Over to the left circle, Pasternak fires, and a blocker stops Saros. Lohrei gloves it down to the blue line, keeps it alive, sticked it along to Geekie. Zacha reaching out of the blue line, but knocked out of the zone by a fallen Cole Smith, and that'll be an icing here against the Predators with 5:24 left.
You know, Ryan, there's a lot of frustrating things about today's game so far, right? It's 5-3. You're losing to Nashville, a team that doesn't normally score a lot of goals. They have at times at different parts of the season, but overall one of the lowest scoring teams in the NHL. But you're getting help around the league. Detroit's losing. Columbus is losing. These are teams you're battling with for a playoff spot.
Right.
You know, win today with them losing, all of a sudden you're tied
right
for a
back
playoff spot.
Yeah.
even I know there's games in hand and other things like that, but points-wise, you're tied.
And it feels lately like that's been the way it goes as the puck gets cleared down the ice. Is when the Bruins have lost, so has everyone else.
Fans, Bruins Hockey is brought to you by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design, build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions.
Face off in the offensive zone with 5:17 left. Lindholm on the draw. Predators will come away with the puck. Shea sends it up the right side. Svechkov will dump it in. Predators will get their change. Mason Lohrei brings it back through the red line and in across the blue. Plays it off the far wall and gets it himself. Fires toward the outside of the net, off the outside of the net. And now it's Forsberg for the Predators. Wrestling with Merkulov as the puck in their skates comes out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Englund. Knocked away from him, but right to Forsberg, and he one in on Swayman.
That shot dipped. You can see it. Knuckled in on Swayman.
A piece of it with his glove. Boyle gets it back toward the Nashville zone, but they've brought right back out. Englund to McCarron, and off the far boards and in deep behind Swayman it comes again. 4:25 to go. Wotherspoon through the neutral ice. Lost possession, trying to get to the blue line. Oh, big hit by Zadorov along the far side. Knocked down Stamkos in front of the Bruins bench. But the puck in the Boston zone anyway. Evangelista falls along the near side boards against Zacha. Puck comes behind the net. Geekie will backhand one into the air. Blocked. O'Reilly to Evangelista out of the right corner. On angle shot. Swayman pinched up against the far post. O'Reilly gets it to Evangelista behind the net. Off the wall it comes to Del Gaizo. Down the left circle to Stamkos, and Evangelista again in the corner. Freed up by Zacha. Pasternak's pass didn't connect with Geekie coming through the neutral ice. Chen gets it right back to Stamkos, and right back into the Boston zone it goes as both teams change up here with 3:33 left. Charlie Coyle gets a pass from Pete and gets it into Saros, who just steers it aside. Coyle will send it around the far side. Charlie Coyle had his 15th goal of the year all the way back in the first period to open the scoring. Predators going to get whistled for another icing here.
Yeah, the issues today with the Bruins, several, right? Rough start. Every time they started to get some traction, they give up quick goals. 2 in succession here in the third period after they tied the game up.
We talked to, in the pregame show about secondary scoring. Scoring from not David Pastrnak and company. I mean, you've got one from Geekie, obviously, and Paster's got 2 assists tonight.
It's Geekie's only shot on goal. It's his only shot attempt tonight. Zacha doesn't have a shot or attempt.
There's Lohrei from the top of the left circle, shot, and Saros knocks that down and covers.
You were talking more secondary scoring. I know. You go down the line. It's sparse in terms of chances and.
They got one from Coyle tonight and one from Osterley, but it has not been enough as they trail 5-3 with 3:10 to go here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You can shop during this ad by saying, Alexa, add to cart. You are bountiful. Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails fruit pectin gummies with collagen and biotin, plus antioxidant C&E, help you shine from the inside out. To add Nature's Bounty hair, skin, and nails gummies with collagen and biotin to your cart, just say, Alexa, add to cart. That's Alexa, add to cart.
Ben hadn't had a decent night's sleep in a month. So, during one of his restless nights, he booked a package trip abroad on Expedia. When he arrived at his beachside hotel, he discovered a miraculous bed slung between 2 trees and fell into the best sleep of his life. You were made to be rechargeable. We were made to package flights and hotels and hammocks for less. Expedia, made to travel.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first $1 billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club. politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
3:10 left here in the third period. Bruins trailing 5-3 here on home ice. Danger of losing the season series to Nashville. Won the first meeting of these teams back in the early portion of the season. In fact, it was the Predators' first win after they got off to a rough start. They beat the Bruins 4-0 on that night. Face off in the far circle down to our right. Geekie able to take it off the wall, trying to throw it in front. That was bothered by Smith. Net is empty at the Boston end with 3 minutes to go and down 2. Near side, it gets through Zaka and out into the neutral ice. He and Lorai will skate back onto the puck. Sissons shadowing Lorai as he takes it toward the far side. Now Zaka from his own blue line. Gives to Pasternak. Skates it to the red line. Dumps one in on Saros, who uses the blocker to push it toward the far wall. Coyle toward the back of the net. Just out of Pasternak's reach. Lindholm near circle. Right back in deep. Pasternak towards Zaka. Got through him onto Lindholm near side. And back around it goes. Pasternak at the left wing hash marks. To Coyle in deep. Takes a hit behind the net. Shea and Zaka come together. Geekie there as well. Coyle wraps it up the far wall. Lorai at the point. His pass picked off by Sissons, and it's 3-on-2 toward the empty net. Sissons gives off to Jankowski from the left side. He shoots and scores. And Nashville will make it a 6-3 game with 2:08 to go.
Yeah, you know, Nashville a little bit more aggressive than some teams we see. Some teams are very passive when you have a 6-on-5 situation. They just try to keep everything to the outside. Nashville attacked because the Bruins weren't able to make tape-to-tape passes. It was around the boards, stop it with your skate, got to pull it off the boards. And that allows Nashville to attack right away. And eventually this puck gets back to the point to Lorai. He's under some pressure out there, but he makes a little bit of he tries to go back down the boards, doesn't connect. Sisson, an easy pickoff, and then they've got a 3-on-2 going back the other way. No panic at all. Sisson's just over to Jankowski.
Jankowski, the Providence College product. It's his 4th goal in 40 games this year. The puck will get wrapped in behind Swayman, who's back in there, and Forsberg with a chance in front that redirected through the slot or through the crease and wide. Wotherspoon to Osterley and on to Merkulov far side. Matra trying to battle his way out of the zone. Will get it on the second effort and drag it up the left wing. Backhands one around behind Saros. Taken by Englund. Back around to the far side. Matra got it to Osterley at the point. Deep behind the net. Brazo trying to center. Skimmed off the outside of the net, it looked like. And Marchessault will work the Predators back in the other direction. So we hit 1:20 to go. Forsberg played it to the back of the Bruins net. Osterley off the far boards to Castellan. Matra will get it deep. He'll head off on a change. Predators in control of their own zone. Shen the pass up ice to Bellows. Bellows able to battle his way into the zone. Knocked the stick out of the hands of Beecher in the process. Kastelik went crashing into the far corner with a check. Shen at the right point with a shot. Knocked down by Swayman, and he'll gather it in and cover up with 51 seconds left in this one.
Yeah, this was not, you know, they talked at, heard Kastelik's kind of comments. They like their starts lately. They like the way that they've played in certain parts of games, but today's start not nearly good enough. And
Bellows with a shot that goes wide.
Other mistakes compounding the issues that the Bruins have had today.
Up at the back of the net here. Pushed out in front. Swayman holding the post along the far side. 35 seconds to go. Come back in behind the net. All things considered, feels like lately the Bruins have handled, you know, being shorthanded defensively pretty well of late. In a rougher go tonight. Shen fires a shot into Swayman's chest, and They'll draw a whistle with 15.2 to go.
Early and often the trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, Svechkov had a chance from right in between the hash marks. Was it the first shift of the game? It was
very early.
Yeah, it might have been the first shift of the game.
First Nashville goal was off a giveaway in the defensive zone, and it just kind of compounded from there. Smith along the far wall. So we hit 10 seconds to go. Jankowski will throw another one to the net. Bruins get possession. Lindholm, or Wotherspoon rather, plays it off the near glass and out. And the crowd that's left at TD Garden with some boos as the Bruins will depart for the road trip, having lost 6-3 and getting swept in the season series by the Nashville Predators. We'll be back with a recap next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You turned your dating app for pets into a business, which just turned over its first billion. You turned around the fortunes of a failing football club, politely turned down a Nobel Peace Prize, and turned up on Mars in your own reusable rocket. All while struggling to turn on the dishwasher. There's more to imagine when you listen. Discover business development titles on Audible.
My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable protecting your family can be with SelectQuote. In 15 minutes, a licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over 700
is a great place to start. Dime Beauty, founded by a master esthetician, is more than just a skincare company. With 4 skin-conscious categories, skincare, beauty, body care, and fragrance, Dime offers simple, spa-worthy products that will help you enter 2025 with confidence. Whether you're revitalizing awaits.
Let's be honest. Most of us have a love-hate relationship with wired bras. We love the lift, but hate the digging. We love the support, but hate feeling trapped. Well, Knix just changed everything with FreeFlex, a wired bra actually designed to work with your body, not against it. FreeFlex features a revolutionary, flexible wire that moves when you move, bends when you bend, and keeps
is the one you need now, and the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you
monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Up, down, and brought in across the line by Forsberg. Pivots away from Pasternak. Forsberg toward the slot, and they score. Marchessault gets the feed.
The last one where you tie you get to your third. Geeky scores, and all of a sudden 2 more goals by Nashville, and the game's, it's really difficult when and it's breakdowns. It's just bad breakdowns, whether it's defensively, in zone coverage. I mean, first period, the neutrals for the second wild card.
Right.
And I know I'm not counting games in hand and things like that. Just points, you would have been tied for that second wild card. So, look, every team's capable of beating every team. Nashville just beat Winnipeg the other day, but there's just way too many mistakes made. Even that last goal by Marchessault, the game winner, that was a giveaway in the neutral zone and right back the other way, and the puck's in the back of the net. It's just
the plays that we made with the puck. Like I said before, I just think that we flip a puck. I think on the 4th or 5th goal, we flip a puck into the middle of the ice. That can't happen. You have to make a good hard play in this league. And I think the previous goal we had. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Tonight after that one, a 6-3 loss here on home ice. Time now for tonight's Lexus amazing play of the game. Lohrei from the left circle sends one all the way across. Zacha had to settle that one. And it's Pasternak to Zacha. Send it across. Geeky scores! Geeky standing inside the face-off circle. One times it in, and the Bruins have tied it at 3. Morgan Geekie with his first career 20-goal season. His 20th right there is tonight's Lexus Amazing Play of the Game, brought to you by the Lexus TX. Whether you're the passenger princess, a new set of twins, or even the family dog, everyone travels in luxurious comfort in the Lexus TX. We'll check the out-of-town scores, give you the 3 stars, and wrap things up from TD Garden coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
TaxAct knows small business owners can sometimes use a little help with their taxes. That's why TaxAct has Expert Assist, a team of live tax experts ready to answer any questions you may have. Think of them as your own personal sidekick
of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number.